It's a Tigger exclusive.
Yeah, I kinda like her, she don't talk too much. I give her game, she really listen, and that's rare as fuck. I can feel you feeling me, feeling you, so what you wanna do? We can hit the yacht, take some shots, you can get on top. Usually keep a T on your bag, can't ignore your swag. Shorty mind work just like mine, so much more than that. I flew her out for the night, we in Dominican.
Where'd that come from? I was listening to. Why did you do this?
Well, why is that funny?
Just another podcast. Episode 118.
I know. Yo,
He was clapping his own cheeks.
Told us last
He was
time I was
clapping
here,
his own cheeks.
he told us we were too far in the sex zone. Now we back in
No,
the sex zone.
I didn't say sex zone. I said you niggas talk about your dicks too much.
It was about sex. Though.
We've got like 4 episodes of straight dick clout.
No, that is not true.
Yes, it is.
It is true, William. It is true. And
And I
I'm just
wanted
sitting
to-
here like,
I wanted to name it dick clout, but I couldn't because the algorithm won't
Chris,
respect it.
I disagree. I disagree.
Oh my God. Welcome back, everybody that's new because you seen Chris on the thumbnail. What's up?
What's up?
I got Brother L's on the camera, which means I definitely need a cameraman. This is at least 6 episodes in a row with a different nigga behind the camera. Liddy's in the background. We got. Are you here today or are you a ghost? Taryn is in the room.
tearing up the streets.
Willie Beeman. I'm your host, Mr. If You Know, You Know. Chris Featherston. Make sure you say the goddamn Featherston. And Chris brought us some illustrious guests, and I'm gonna let him do the intro.
Nate and Lena from Best Link Strategies are here today.
Hey. That's fabulous.
Chris,
That was a terrible introduction. That was so dry. You was supposed all them. I got your book on the table. You could have gave us some synonyms and antonyms and the M&Ms and some M&Ms on that shit,
Tell us
nigga.
about Best Link Strategies.
All right. Anyway, where y'all want to start today? Do we want to start with our guests? Do we want to get into some mess?
Sure,
Do we
come
want to
on,
talk
bro.
about I had a question of the day about red flags. Do we want to talk about red flags?
Let's start with red flags. I like red flags.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I'm gonna ask you guys first before I read the answers that I got from the intranet. What are some red flags to you?
Go ahead, Lena. You ready? Go ahead.
I was not ready. I was just thinking.
I got an example.
I was just thinking.
If I'm talking to somebody, if I was in the dating stages and she took her money and was like, "Oh, I'm going on this trip," but then later asked me for money because she went on the trip, I do not. That's a red flag. You don't prioritize what's really important. You'd rather be lit in Miami than pay your light bill that you just added. You're like, your light bill?
Yeah,
The fuck?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Thank you, sir.
I'm gonna give one, and I'm gonna tell y'all a story. It's gonna be a story time in it. Quick story time.
Okay.
I was at this little play place with my daughter, right? Seen this female. She looked attractive. I basically shot my shot, and she gave me a huge red flag before I could even text her. Like, she was with her daughter. We're over there talking and stuff. Her daughter does one thing wrong. She just starts cussing her daughter out in public. Like, what the fuck is you doing? Da, 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 da. I'm like, oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that was a huge red flag. Nah.
Damn. You matured. I like it.
Yeah, nah.
Old Chris would have
Too
been
old
like,
for
well,
Yeah.
still gonna knock her down, but she's not mother material.
Nah, that was a red flag. How you treat your children.
I respect that.
I completely agree. I got a red flag.
What's
So
it?
I would say a red flag for me, if I'm dating a guy, and if he has kids, the amount of time that he's either with or without his children is a huge red flag for me. Because, you know, children should be a priority. So if you're prioritizing me over your children, that's kind of a red flag for me. So,
Has that happened before?
no.
Okay.
I've just been in situations where I hear those kinds of conversations from friends, girlfriends,
Oh, okay.
and being a parent myself, you know, it would be completely unacceptable. So,
Got you.
yeah.
No, that's a good one. Have y'all experienced that?
What?
No, because that's a good one. Have y'all experienced where a woman has children and she's basically like ditching her children for you and she's like letting you take up all that time?
But normally it would be a red flag for me if you had kids. Before I had kids, I wasn't really talking
Hey,
to
that's
nobody.
honesty.
No, for real. I only dated one person with children ever.
Okay.
The other women, I was like, oh, you don't got your son? I'm coming through. Oh, you got your son? True. Next.
At least you're honest. I can respect it though.
I fuck with it, Kadeem, on that no PC energy. I like that shit. Nate, you got one?
God did. I'm trying to think. Well, one of the biggest red flags is not willing to like listen. People who like constantly like just cut you off, or like, all right, you having a conversation. Let's say, Chris, you're talking to somebody, and you're like, why is that funny?
What?
I didn't hear nobody laugh.
That's just tequila, my fault. But like, no, you have a conversation with somebody and like, she's just not into like, I guess it's not trying to build on anything. Like as far as like the conversation.
Or she's short.
It's kind of
Very
quiet.
short, yeah, very short. Like it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
Like that shows like your lack of like potential growth. Like what do you want to do? Like furthermore, you know, it's just like people who live too much in the moment. That's just a red flag to me because it's like you're just too stagnant. I don't like stale complacency. Yeah, because I'm not a complacent person, so I don't like that.
What you got, Willie?
I think for me is like a woman who constantly talks about like material things or feels like you're competing with them. Like you could say one thing like, "Oh, I love Jamaica," and they can be like, "Well, I've been here, I've been this." Like you would get with women who just feel like they need like clout or like labels to kind of define them.
Got you.
I like that one too. That would be because you know y'all joke me about the Porsche, but I honestly, I mean, obviously I've had a girlfriend the whole time I've had the Porsche, but I never had nobody really try to talk to me because of my car. That would be a red flag to me. Like when you see those videos, the dude try to holler at the girl, and then he walk back to his whip and she come back, red flag. I'm like, bitch, skirt.
Yeah.
See, but my thing is, I never really think women like look at that like solo, especially as we get older. But I think they do use multiple data points. So I think they look at like your car. They'll look at the house.
But I'm saying I'm talking say specifically, bro. There's videos. Dude go just holler at girls at the gas station or whatever.
Right.
And she like he walk up to her car. She in
no play.
Altima or
Yeah,
something.
I've seen
And
that.
they don't give her no play. And then he go hop in a new vet, and she be like walk over like, oh, this your car?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's like more rare.
We don't know those are real.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
That's true too.
What-
but we
what-
know that happens. But what I'm saying is we know that happens.
It does happen.
No, but it may, but I actually think what's more common is women will use like certain data points. So like I do think a woman, like I could go talk to, let's say Chris is talking about someone and we say, hey, I'm gonna walk up and talk to you. You may say, hey, he's cool. I'll get his IG, I'll get his phone number. But then when they get on your IG and they start seeing the Porsche, they'll see the house, they'll take a culmination of things and say, okay, this guy might
But
have money.
niggas rent cars in Miami and get hooked.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. I think today the new thing instead of the car is like the Instagram mystique because people will like come to you because they believe you have a bunch of things because they see like you doing things versus just the car itself. I think the car, I think women have at least smart enough like, no, that's not the whole data point.
Okay, let me
But
take it
it's-
off car. If I was going somewhere and bitch said, oh, you got on this, you wearing this, you wearing this, and she was fucking with me after she figured out what I was wearing, I wouldn't fuck with her either.
Right.
Fuck the car. It don't
Yeah,
matter.
but
I'm just saying anybody that, like you said, material stuff looks to that to identify like, oh, I would actually want to pursue him now.
And all
more.
I'm saying is, I think women are more savvy in their materialistic like strategy. What I'm saying is, like, I think they're better at like trying to hide it, but they're still materialistic. They're just they're gonna look at other things, and then eventually their energy is gonna shift. So that's why you get the women who'll shoot their shot in the DM because now they've seen you post that shit or they've seen you go on trips. They've seen how you've been with other women. Like I do think that is what now creates that energy versus just the car itself.
I think, honestly, if you're leading with those things, you should take the time to see if you actually have the ingredients to actually continue to get those things.
Absolutely.
So I think that can go into question when a woman approaches you because of what you may be doing or wearing. And that could be just a symbol of like your ambition, your hard work, your all those good things. So if she sees that, spends some time with you and sees that you still have those ingredients to continue to provide those things, that could be, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like the symbol of it could drive it, but there's things under that are telling about a man or a woman and what.
Yeah, and I think we're saying the same thing. That's what I'm saying. Like when I think about it, like materialistic, I think of it now on like a more like holistic view. Like I do think a woman could look at you and think you're a 6. And then get on your Instagram and they see all this fucking shit that they think you have, and then they spend time with you. Now their energy for you goes to a 10 because now they're like, oh shit, this guy can do all these things. And so I think it sometimes can be harder to decipher like how much money plays a role because you'll see that energy shift when they do think you have all those things.
Yeah.
And it's like, and you don't really know how they would show up if you didn't have all those things. It's hard to determine.
It sucks that you. Well, no, I mean, it is what it is, man. If you like that kind of stuff, I think you should, if you genuine, because Kadeem genuinely likes Porsches, like, and he has one. It just is a coincidence that is an attractive item. You know what I'm saying? I think you should just be yourself, like what you like, and you'll get the you'll get the people that are in alignment with you to a degree.
Yeah, but I just think money still changes how a woman can be attracted to you, and it's
For sure.
unfortunate, but it's the same. Like we talk about all the time, money is one of those things that's analogous to how men look at women with bodies. Like it's one of those things that can make a woman go up in her attraction for you.
It's the sense of, I think, the sense of like the social construction of it, because even with like men, it's not uncommon for us to date down.
For sure.
And it's like, but women can't date down.
Hypergamy. Absolutely.
Yeah, and it's like, that's just the way like society has set everything up. But to piggyback what you're saying is like, what's real and what isn't? Because it's like, okay, she may like this guy, but like she could really like a guy that can have all the attributes, you know what I mean, that she kind of needs, like, to fulfill her holistically, but he might not have like the financial status or like that socioeconomic status, whatever. But it can be another guy that has like half those qualities that can be a little shitty, but she can say like, well, for the long run, I can get this from him and that from him, and then that can actually bump him up from like a 6 to a 10, which is crazy.
And that's why I was getting at. That's how I kind of look at how women like will see a Porsche now. That's why I would agree that with Kadeem, like nobody probably runs up to him and says, "Oh, I'm trying to fuck with you because you got a Porsche." But do I think women sit back and like have a data collection of things they see him do? Fuck yeah, they do.
Yeah.
And I think the priority
doing
list
that.
is different, yo. I just do. I think I'm just talking about. I'm just zeroing in on that dating down thing. I don't think men date down. I think we have a different criteria. I think we have a different criteria than
No,
salary.
I think what he meant
salary.
meant financially.
Right.
Right?
Well,
Yeah,
no, that's what it
I'm
means.
saying,
But
that-
to his
that-
point, that's we don't care.
That
about
isn't on our number one on our priority list, or even probably top 5.
Yeah.
I'm not asking a chick if she make over 50 grand, 100 grand, whatever. I'm not doing that because that's not on my priority list.
Why not? Why is it not on your priority list?
Because I can go get it myself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But even but you know, Nate, even if I couldn't, I'm still. I mean, it is what it is. I'm still not. I'm not looking for her to, you know what I'm saying? I'm not looking for her to feed me. If I'm making 50K,
Right.
I'm going to be living a 50K life
Right.
until I can live a 60 or 70K
Right.
life.
Right.
I'm not going to be looking to excel off her.
But it's all right. And then on the other note with that, how would you feel if she made way more than you did?
I don't think I'll have a problem with it. It just depends
Yeah,
on
you
how
shouldn't,
she.
I would.
It depends on how she
Some
carries
people-
it. Like I'm a firm believer in that. I'm not gonna rub my salary in my woman's face, and if she
Right,
starts to do that,
exactly.
that has nothing to do with salary at
That's
that point.
power,
It has
control.
something to do with her mentality.
Yeah.
So it has nothing to do with the salary. If we have an argument, she's like, "Oh, nigga, that's you. You don't make shit." I'm gonna be like, "Oh, okay,
Right, that's what it's
all
about.
right." And that's gonna tell me more about you than your salary.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But I do think that there's, again, and this is just me, because I've been wrestling with this idea. Like, I don't care about a woman's money, but I do think a woman's like earning or what she does for a living can be a data point. Like, I'm a big like data collector. So I do think that me personally, I'm very like sapio. So if I'm dating someone and they're like I know what they do for a profession, and we start to learn stuff about them, there's certain characteristics about women who earn certain money, that certain value and traits that they can bring to the table.
Exactly.
Right.
And the way they can show up for me as my mirror. So like I do
Exactly.
know there's some women who are fucking
Bruh.
snipers.
Bruh, but Willie, that's a great point. And I was saying something like that the last episode. I was like, yo, if she has these certain talents, that just brings more to our family unit.
100%.
Like, let's
But-
take advantage of that. But
Not
if
all
not,
men can.
What do you mean?
Some men don't like that.
They don't.
They
Yeah.
may say or think that they like that, but then when they actually have that, then it's like, hold on, I don't know about this.
Because
So-
some men don't think that those women can also tap into their femininity.
Exactly, and that's a big issue. And I
Right.
think that's kind of what's the whole conversation of what is in this atmosphere, that people don't think that successful, driven women, like you said, have that ability to be soft and kind of get into their feminine space. Because I'm a successful woman and I am hella girly, like super, super girly. Like, I want wait on me, princess treatment all day. You know what I mean? But I'm a beast outside in my career. So I feel like it's a thing like that. I think men really need to be able to truly understand that and be comfortable with themselves to be able to enter into relationships like that with women that are like that.
is there a scale to that, though? Because I feel like if a woman is, if y'all come to a place where y'all are taking charge in too many areas, I don't feel like that it's not going to be as easy to jump to hopscotch back and forth. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like I'm a birther of it. Like, if my man is leading me, whatever you bring to the forefront, my job is to supplement that.
Right.
As a person that's like a go-getter type of woman, if I'm in a marriage like that.
Right.
By myself, I'm still going to get what I got to get. But if I'm matched up with someone, I feel like that's that space that I should be able to operate in with my partner, allowing that energy for me to be like that, to where I can supplement and support there. Because I feel like from there, a woman who is not really an alpha per se alpha, she births more of things that can come to life from what a man may think about. So that's kind of what I feel.
So he gives you the vision, and you can
and then
help.
you supplement it. You help that grow that vision.
And Chris, the one thing I mean, and this is just from random conversations I've had with different women, is like some women who are in those spaces, like you said, at work, and they feel like they're having to do those things. They actually get so fatigued by doing it in their other spaces. They actually like yearn for someone to come and take that weight off. They yearn to come home and not have to feel like that and want somebody to like kind of take control. So it's like I've heard it the opposite. Whereas I do think some women that, like you said, that may just have some of the blind spots, they may not have the ability to discern from that yet. And eventually they will.
And then a man has to command that too.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
No
that's a
doubt.
fact.
1,000.
Right.
Well, let me read some of these responses since y'all so long-winded. Can't dress. Funny one. Haha.
That's
That's not
important.
for you? If you met a girl and she couldn't dress, you'd be like, oh.
Not for me. Like, I mean, I will say this though, and I don't know how to like frame this, so I don't ask for details. I do like a woman who knows how to put herself together.
I do too. But what kind? Like, if she can do
I
all
said
over
I don't ask for
everything?
no details, bro. I just
Okay,
know
okay,
when
okay,
we step
okay.
out.
Okay, all right,
If I
all right.
don't be thinking about fucking as soon as I see you before we step out, we got a problem.
Can I say, if you walking out the house with your cheeks hanging out of your dress, out of your shorts, you don't know how to dress to me. I'm sorry. You reaching.
I don't think we were
Like
talking
obviously
about those
you
girls.
can't. Obviously you can't pull with your shit.
You was talking about them girls?
You gotta pull out.
I was
Chris
just
got
saying,
on his mind.
nah, I was just saying like, yeah, but I just mean like, just put, you know what I'm saying, like put yourself together.
Right.
Like I like a girl who knows how to put herself together.
Next one was lying. Duh.
Duh.
Emotional immaturity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emotional intelligence.
What does that look like?
So
Let me ask y'all. What does that look like to y'all? Emotional, like lack of emotional intelligence. What does that look like?
I would say for me is a woman who's not very empathetic. And I was gonna say this as my red flag. This was my red flag. Like, and it sounds insane, but I like women who like constantly complain and put all their like problems on you all the time.
Face you outside.
Like they just seem like it could be stupid stuff like, I can't believe it rained today. I can't believe this happened today. My job sucks. My job sucks. I hate this. I don't have the money. I need this. Like this damsel in distress. Like that shit is a red flag for me.
The indirect way of asking you.
Yeah, but even just putting your problems on me every day. Like, I've been around women who just like every day, fam. Like nothing goes good in your life.
Or can you just take accountability and responsibility for your life?
Exactly.
It's okay. All that stuff could very well be true. It sucks, right?
Right.
You could have a person complaining outside in the rain with a t-shirt on, and they won't go put a jacket on.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, go put a jacket on and shut the hell up.
But and I don't think they understand like the question is like they don't understand the energy transfer though. No,
Go ahead,
That's
G.
real.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
No,
no.
that's
That is
No, they don't
real.
really trying to
That's
produce
real.
a show here.
Yeah, energy is everything.
You gotta command that shit, bro.
I'm letting y'all talk, man.
Yeah.
And I'm a little too
You
out of
going with the
command
blick on
anything
you?
right now. You right. Pushing
rock.
gender roles early. No, this is I'm falling back. This is a Chris episode. Pushing gender roles early in a relationship. Changing who you are to fit their image of their ideal person. Isolation from friends. It was a red flag.
I like
Oh my
you.
God,
You was
yes.
hitting on some heavy ones, bro. Those
just
are
reading.
topics in itself.
I know, but I don't know if you're gonna talk about these for 10 hours and then we're not gonna get to our guest.
No,
But you're gonna kick it to Willie, and Willie's gonna kick it back to you.
but that last one though, and then we don't. This could be short though. The make your world smaller thing is a big deal.
That is a big
Isolation,
deal.
That's
I agree.
fucking huge to me.
I do agree.
Narcissistic
Yeah,
tendencies.
yeah, 100%.
Go ahead, bro. God damn.
Somebody said niggas don't know.
Niggas don't know.
If you, I put that one on there because I'd be like, yo, somebody
What'd
got
you
to
say?
answer to. I said mine first. I said the same thing I said.
What's your red flag? Niggas don't know. That's a good one.
late bill notice?
That's what he said. That's what he said.
No,
niggas
no.
don't know.
Mine was. I said what mine was, bro.
No, I'm talking about the
yeah,
response.
yeah.
Oh, you missed
Niggas
it.
said
If-
somebody responded with
You
niggas
missed it
don't
if you know, right? So
If you know, you know. If you don't know, then that's on you. Someone who's always looking for a hookup. I do hate I'm looking for a hookup all the time, ass nigga. You know, goddamn.
You got the hookup.
I don't. Stealing music online. If
Stealing music.
Yeah, I was like,
We
look,
still do that in
I said people still
2022?
steal music.
Napster.
God damn.
Someone who says pornography is healthy.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Someone
It's cardio.
Shut
my
up,
bad.
Chris. Yo, someone who says nothing should be off limits in the bedroom. No thanks, freak. Don't shit on what. I ain't know if I put on here. I ain't know if we was rolling with that one. Like you got to give your person what they want, man. God damn it. No car. If you have one and you should, I'm not your chauffeur. Something like that. Someone who can't express a thought without cursing.
Damn.
Sometimes you got to use a curse word.
Pod a red flag.
You're like, fuck. Sometimes you got to cuss.
I know exactly.
Cheap shoes. Grown-ups should wear well-made shoes. I mean, obviously, I agree. Coupons. It's too late for me, but maybe someone else will. Someone will. This will help somebody else. So.
Coupons?
Somebody who's always wanted to use a
red flag?
coupon.
That's a red
I
flag.
disagree, man.
Saving money is never.
That's what I'm saying.
Responsible?
Get me a couponer.
I know who this person is, and they're always complaining about coupons.
Nigga,
They
if
be-
I was at Wegmans or in some
multiple children with different mothers, and I said multiple children with different fathers. Someone who's never at fault. Somebody that doesn't take accountability. Don't want to travel. Who doesn't want to travel?
There are people like that.
I know people.
Oh, and
There
my
are
man
people
said
like
when
that.
she orders steak, well done. Red flag.
Oh, well, 1,000.
Red flag.
1,000.
Get her out.
That's
Like-
number one. I should have
Y'all,
got that
Get
one.
her
y'all, know,
outta
y'all
here.
like y'all like vampires, bro?
Get her out of
Get
here.
outta
It's not
here.
blood.
No.
Jesus. It's not blood.
She does
What
well
is
done.
it?
She gotta go.
Hemoglobin or
Leftover
something like that.
hemoglobin.
Yeah, it's not blood.
Like, Chris want to go to Wikipedia.
Chris,
Like,
like-
bad on you.
Right. Don't.
Go on Wikipedia. I know I'm not wrong.
You just enjoy that hockey puck.
It's not.
Chris like, I know it's blood. I
It's
just know
not
it.
blood, man. Person have a dangerous mouth, and I ain't talking about words. Also, proof homebody. Is a homebody a red flag?
Wait, a homebody's a red
Somebody
flag?
don't want to go nowhere.
Okay, that's. I
I
think.
mean, is it
okay,
to a
okay.
degree?
No, that's
Like-
going overboard. I think you just have preference. There's a difference between preference and a red
Yeah,
flag.
yeah.
And I think there's also a difference between a hermit
Yeah.
and a homebody.
Yeah,
Right.
big difference. Yeah.
I'm too tired.
for
When hoes
everything.
hit you with the, I'm tired or I'm going
She
to take
don't like you.
Yeah, facts.
She don't like you, bro.
You know, oh, this made me think of one
Can't
too.
just be tired. Can't just be tired.
It is actually not blood.
I knew that.
It is myoglobin and water and fat.
Nigga, I knew that already.
Thank you.
You said myoglobin.
So now you can order at
There
media.
you go.
Thank you for the fact
I
check,
don't know.
but you didn't need to check. We knew already.
No, but that's good though. Nah.
Okay.
They ain't say myoglobin.
I appreciate
They said
you. We're all
hemoglobin.
now smart.
Either way, it ain't blood.
Thank you.
They said hemoglobin.
But no. This I'm too tired. When you used to hit shorties and they be like, oh, let me just go in here right quick. I'm gonna get myself together. I'm gonna call you back though. I'd be like, bitch, get yourself together. Cause if you the nigga she want to talk to, she be like, hey, yeah, I'm gonna drop all her shit.
What if she just not pressed yet?
That's
Peace,
true.
and she ain't thirsty.
Oh, this nigga Chris. I need her to be thirsty.
But that'd be the problem.
He's so used to them being
But that'd be
thirsty
the
for him.
problem, though.
He's so
you
used
get
to
thirsty women, and they thirsty for a reason, and you find them demons later.
Message.
Chris X is in the building.
I know.
That was a real right there.
All right.
That was the real.
Niggas,
That was real.
You gonna add another chapter?
But you know what's funny? You know what's funny? But you know what's funny? You know what's funny, Elliot? I talk to these niggas outside the pod, and I say the same. No, that's some real shit, nigga. All right, y'all keep laughing while we on the couch. Y'all keep laughing while we on the couch. It's okay. Get your shit off. Get your shit off.
No, you ain't hear what Willie said. He said that's your reels you be doing in the car.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, damn.
No, facts.
Jackson head ass.
He'd be like,
Because that shit is true.
He'd be like,
Y'all
you
keep
go, he'd be
y'all
like,
keep fucking with
guys,
them
you guys
chicks.
out there looking for fat asses. Demons later,
Y'all
nigga.
keep fucking with them chicks that drop everything for y'all niggas and don't know y'all.
How many times do you do that?
How many times?
How many takes? You got to talk into the mic.
Not a lot. No, not a lot.
You
I'm
gotta
reading
talk.
that shit, bro.
What? Hold on. We don't.
No, Elliot, no, I'm dead serious. I'm being no PC.
Why did you bring out the little microphone?
I'm reading that shit. 'Cause that shit is funny. That shit is funny. I feel like that shit bring. I even did some shit where I was just like,
No, the mic is. I mean, it's a
Shit is
small
funny.
mic. He be like.
that shit
Me
funny.
too, bro.
I'd be like, yo. Tell us about best.
Kadeem like, I got all these big mics over here. They don't even look over here.
Pause.
Gosh.
Big Mike.
Whoa. Man, ask the questions, man.
Y'all niggas got to get y'all life together. What question?
Best link strategy. Let's talk about it for a little bit.
Oh yeah, Lena, Nate. Best link strategy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Best link strategies. Tell us about best link strategies and what is it?
Okay. I'll let you lead it.
Sure. Best link strategies. So we are a cybersecurity government contracting.
Y'all get into the money. I
firm.
seen the X5 outside.
Say that again. Say that again.
I said y'all get into the money. I seen the
Oh,
X5 outside.
no, I mean,
Broke out on the fear of gods. Okay.
Yeah, that's the first thing. I was about to stop the interview for this.
Yeah.
but we are a cyber firm. We contract with the government, state officials, state entities, commercial entities.
Right.
We also have a cybersecurity training school.
Sweet.
where we
Hold
take-
on.
Where we take regular folks, average jobs, whatever, any walk of life, and we get them trained, certified, and then we help them find jobs.
Very dope.
Holistically.
Because people don't need to go to school for something. They can just get the certs.
They don't.
That's the misconception.
Yeah, talk about it.
It's really the certs and the know-how.
Mm-hmm.
Because like you can have a cert, but don't know shit.
Yeah.
Don't know anything. So
we've met lots of those.
Yeah, so we've met people like, because think about it. Even going to college, you can have a college degree and not know anything.
Facts.
But you have to have like the industry skill set, whatever your discipline is, in order to be successful. But that's what we do. So in that space of the business, we have like a whole holistic view. So not only that you get the certification, you actually learn how to do this stuff. You know how to walk and speak as a cybersecurity professional. So we've had people from
Nanny
matchmakers. That's like the biggest one. People, what's a nanny matchmaker?
Yeah, never heard of it before.
Right.
I've heard of that.
Nanny matchmakers, people who lost their job during the pandemic, a lot of school teachers.
Yeah, a lot of school teachers.
Yeah, because there's something called like the Great Resignation. Yeah, everybody's leaving their job, because they burnt out. And then people are seeing that I can make this money in this tech space and even doing it from home or anywhere.
Yep.
So we've seen teachers that were like, man, it would have taken me 35 years to get what I'm getting out the gate in cybersecurity. 35 years in the school system. Yeah, it's crazy. By the time they would get there, they'd be like almost 70 years old.
That shit is sad.
And they're getting it like out the gate,
Yep.
entry level. And they're like, wow. But like, I think Lena and I, one of our biggest things with like that part of the space is just trying to put more minorities in that space.
Right.
Very dope.
Right.
And like women and people of color, because like, obviously we're Swan.
There's such a lack
Yeah.
of representation.
Super lack. But a lot of us too, we get so intimidated by the word cybersecurity. It sounds like, oh my God, I gotta be Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah.
I gotta like break down like this
I gotta
whole
be a
type of
hacker.
machine, a hacker. And there's jobs in cybersecurity, it's like no technical stuff. It's just policy, period. And to get people in that space, and then when they learn, through our program, and they're like, wow, yo, this is like, I do cybersecurity every day, didn't even know it. Every day I'm using cybersecurity. Like I get a text message to my phone to get into my login.
Yeah, two-step.
Yeah, multi-factor. Like that's cybersecurity. Or I install an update on my phone. It's called a patch. But like, I didn't know what the term was, but I do it every day.
Yep.
So I think that's like a beautiful thing that we're able to see, and especially a lot of women get into those spaces. And I think, you know what? Back to it's kind of relevant back to the first question we had about red flags and like dating up and dating down. And I think the beautiful thing that we see more people in this space in cybersecurity, because traditionally is, I don't know if you guys from here. I know Elliot is.
I'm from here.
Anybody from 757?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna ask you this: if you don't go to college or military or probably like healthcare, what's the biggest come up? Shipyard.
Right.
It's a shipyard.
Yeah.
But the majority of the jobs in the shipyard are working from the neck down, manual labor.
Yeah.
So like you can make money in the shipyard, but the quality of life can suck because you're working like all the time.
And it's physical.
And it's physical.
Right.
So traditionally, before we was in the technological space, that a lot of guys would do that work, and then the women would take a lot of the service jobs, that don't pay as much. But now you have women in spaces, they can make the same or more, but working from the neck up, being comfortable, and they're like onesie. Women know what onesies do they?
At home.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, one. Okay. Yeah,
Footy pajamas and all.
Yeah, pajamas. I'm like onesies for babies, but no, but like no, like in their onesies or whatever, chilling at home on their PC, but they can make more the same amount of money, but with less stress and a better quality of life. So that's good. Now we have people like more so in those spaces and being educated in that light, especially women of color.
Oh.
Like it's just pretty dope. Like
Okay,
full
so
circle.
What inspired y'all to start this? Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I worked with both of y'all before in the past,
Yeah.
Right.
and y'all vanished and went on to,
I
and
make
then
moves in my
you just
career.
popped up with Best Link Strategies. Like when did the culmination start as far as y'all trying to do this?
Best Link was never something that I ever thought I would even do, just let alone being in tech. Wasn't something I thought I would do. Because prior to tech, I was in healthcare. I was in dentistry, as a matter of fact, like 12 years. So when I crossed over into tech, the things that we're talking about as far as seeing lack of representation when I was working in DC, I guess I'm apparently racially ambiguous, so people don't think that I'm black. I'm half black and Korean. Everybody thinks I'm flat out Asian or just whatever. And so just hearing white people, white men around me in positions of power that work around me, just completely blatantly dropping the N-bomb at work, saying all types of crazy shit around me. And I'm just like, wow, like this is really happening in corporate America right now. This is ridiculous. So fast forward, I'm moving back down to this area and, I'm working with these two. And I knew a lot of friends of mine that kind of started getting in the contracting space, doing what I do. And I would always wonder, like, how are you like here on this job and you got your business? They're like, I'm my own LLC, working the contract. So I kind of put my head together after I left the contract I was working with these guys on. And I literally just sat down and I said, I need to do more for what I want in life. For my son, I'm a single parent. And so Best Link, the B actually stands for my son's first name, which is Byron. And the L actually stands for my name. So we're creating legacies over here. So Best Link came to fruition October 28th, 2019 in my office sitting upstairs.
Shout out anniversary coming
Hey,
up.
couple weeks.
I got you.
And I knew I wanted to do government contracting, but just didn't really know everything about my roadmap. And then Nate and I still stayed in contact after I left the contract I was working with them. And I told him what happened, and he was like, yo, like, I'm trying to do this with you.
Yeah.
So like, let's get a logo. And that's kind of how it all kind of went about.
I ain't
Very
gonna lie,
good.
y'all moving real quick.
Look, we don't play games.
How does being opposite sex business partners, how does that dynamic work for you guys?
I actually find our work dynamic like amazing. It's very easy. He's very yin yang. Like things that I think about,
That's very dope.
he's already thought about it or already in the same wavelength.
It's like Professor X.
Like we
It's wild. Like,
literally
how
are
did
thinking
you know
the
I
same
literally
thing.
about to do that? Yeah.
Fire.
So like just being in sync, and I think because even with that, because I'm married,
Right.
and it's like I think the most important piece is
Hold up, time out. So you married,
yes,
but you work with her.
Yeah.
yeah.
And that's
That
you,
was
but y'all
awesome.
good though. It wasn't like a problem.
Oh,
You was like,
never.
nah, it's
never
work,
been a
girl.
problem
We
with Rachel.
working.
It has
Never.
never been a problem
Ever.
with her.
Just making sure.
And
Ever.
I think the biggest thing is like your spouse has to have a relationship with your business partner
For sure.
because like your business partner is like an extension of family,
Okay.
and it's like, yeah. So imagine if like.
He is so mad.
He's weak right now.
That's a rule, but it's cool. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Continue, Nick.
I'm sorry. And I know.
I'm sorry, don't, because y'all like, yo, I knew I read the rules, but this nigga just got up. He just ran out.
Yeah, but
Sorry.
you have to be able to like have a relationship with your spouse and your business partner should
Right.
have a relationship together. Because it's real like weird if your business partner and your spouse never
And your
communicate.
family, just in general.
Because it is. Like,
would
we're
be
on the
weird.
phone, literally texting sometimes until like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And
Yeah.
there has to be that level of respect. Even on like, oop, I just hit your mic on accident.
good.
Even with me being his partner and being female, I'm like, I have a partner, I have a boyfriend.
Right.
You know, I also think it also has to do with communication independently. Like, yes, we're business partners, but I'm not responsible for what he has at home. You know what I mean? And vice
Right.
versa. So it's my job to make my partner comfortable, letting them know what I got going on, and communication is complete key. And so luckily with both of us, and I think what really helped a lot too was we actually worked together, so we
Right,
had that
prior to-
comfortability too,
Yeah.
actually working on contracts. And then, I mean, Nate's like family.
Yeah,
Really.
same.
It's so easy.
So y'all keep it close.
Yeah.
That's how, I mean, I feel like that's probably the best way to create that familiarity with your partners, because
Right.
it's not like I feel like half the time it's our imaginations, especially like say y'all like have like a meeting or something,
Yeah.
and then it just goes over and y'all like get inspired, and now y'all are 10:30 in a boardroom, whatever, doing whatever, and your partner's like, the fuck going, you know what I'm saying?
We'll probably be like, girl, come on.
Without
We'll
that,
probably, come on down, girl.
right? Without that familiarity, your imagination just gonna go
Exactly.
crazy.
And
Yeah.
I think,
So that's big.
And I think so. Our tagline is inspired by passion, proven by action. So it's like we're about that action. So it's like I can see like we spending all this time trying to get stuff off the ground and like nothing ever happened.
Right.
Yeah.
Like no product, nothing's being developed.
Yeah.
But like our significant others like they actually doing it. Like
Yeah.
I
They see
see
what we're
this.
doing.
It's
Mm-hmm.
working.
And then there's been times like my wife just saw me like really, really like just grinding and working, and then like vice versa.
She's a product.
Yeah, she is. My wife went through
She
our
went through our
program.
program.
Oh, dope. Very dope.
She was a school counselor for 7 years.
Yep.
Very
And
dope.
now she's over here
And
killing
she said,
it. Hey, Ray.
she said, F those SOLs. I ain't doing SOLs no more.
We
So
should F them kids. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop.
Yo.
CPS. But nah, like,
Yeah,
I
crazy.
think you have to be able to have a relationship, like, with the family, because like, you know, I have a good relationship with her son. They have a relationship with our daughters, and it's like, you know, you have to know them on that.
It's work,
Yeah.
but it's still
Right.
it's like family.
Yeah,
too,
it
though.
really is.
And I think the very last thing too, it boils down to like the securities that you just have.
Yeah, for
like
sure.
you know
Right.
your mate, and like you know each other. It's like it's just a security
Exactly.
part. Like people who have like the insecurities. I think if insecurities were there, it would be difficult.
As
It
a-
would. It would.
as-
100%.
As people of color, and you as a woman of color
Right.
in the space, what are some of the challenges that you guys seen for people that want to get into tech, want to get into cybersecurity, anything like that?
Mine is people not actually giving people of color a chance,
Yep.
thinking that we're not capable.
Yep.
Because just firsthand actually witnessing and seeing that and hearing conversations, because I've been fortunate enough to being a hiring manager as well, and being able to talk to other hiring managers, and just off the jump, they deny someone just because you got dreads in your hair,
Yeah.
or you got this, without even knowing that person has the aptitude to complete this job and probably be excellent at it.
Yeah.
Better than you.
You know what I mean? And better than you, exactly. So that's one of the biggest things that I know that I've kind of seen.
What about you, bro?
Yeah. Just having that like connotation that, but a lot of that sometimes is self-inflicted too and self-sabotage, which sucks because I feel like a lot of us sometimes like, man, am I good enough? You know, am I good enough to be in this space? But you inculcate that to other people
Exactly.
because we talked about earlier, energy is everything. So it's like you come in the gate and you're like, man, I don't feel like I'm good enough. So then people gonna see that, they can
exudes
smell
off
that
you.
aura off
All
of
day.
you, and then they'll play on it.
Especially in the tech world.
Yeah,
they
they'll
will
play on
eat
it.
you up. If
They'll
they
play
see
on
that,
Oh yeah, like
They will eat you
you
up.
don't look confident and all that. Or like, what do you know? What do you know? Whatever. And like you literally couldn't know more than them and be capable of doing it. But it's like you already beating yourself down. But that's another problem that we have in this
Right.
this space, because it's like we try to tell people, man, you can do cybersecurity, and you know a lot of us like, man, it just sounds so intimidating,
Yeah.
or it's a lot of math. It's no math. It's cybersecurity.
none.
It's like no math.
Dispel some of those things that people, those generalities that people have for it, like there's no math.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell them.
No math involved. You do not need to have a college degree.
Yep.
Literally.
Chris and I,
Yo.
oh my God, we still talk about that. So like,
We work with GEDs, like people who have
Yeah.
GEDs on our contract making like 200,000.
yeah. So Chris,
Like, it's real.
Yeah.
Drop the
Yeah.
bomb for them.
yeah, yeah.
You ain't tell them about that spreadsheet, bro.
So like, yeah, Chris and I still get PTSD from it, but like, Chris and I were working on a contract together, and we're just sitting there, and it was a spreadsheet that had like all of the employees, like, you know, it's like a recall sheet, sheet, whatever. It has like your phone number, you know, gotta get in contact with my coworkers and stuff. Then it had like credentials. Because a part of like government contracting, you have to have a certain amount of employees that have certain credentials to help you get the contract.
Yeah.
So you can like justify
Why
these
we
body
doing
of people,
this.
like why we should be here. So you would see like degrees and stuff. Common denominator, Chris and I noticed, all the black people in the contract had degrees. The majority of the white people in the contract had high school diplomas or GEDs and a cert, yet making more bread.
Wow.
Yeah.
And we were just like, yo, this is crazy. And it's not even that race also play a significant factor in that piece. It's just the lack of not knowing.
That's what I was going to say. It's the lack of knowledge. And it's a lot of, like you said, I've seen our own people, like you said, limit ourselves. Like you don't think that you have the ability to be in that space. So you don't think you have the ability to speak up and say something. Like closed mouths literally do not get fed. You know what I mean? And I feel like, honestly, what's helped me be successful is the fact that I literally can see a window of opportunity. And if you just give me that crack,
That's
I
it.
literally would bust that entire window down, because I'm going to ask the right questions. I'm going to see and laser focus on who is the important person in that room. Why is that person important? Why do I need to be next to that person? So you have to kind of be able to think and move in a way where you literally have no regrets. And a lot of people don't operate in that space. And I feel like once people start operating a space of, I'm tired of having a lackluster life.
Yeah.
I'm tired of BS. I'm tired of being broke. I'm tired of like
sitting at
feeling like
home.
I'm running paycheck after paycheck. Exactly.
You ain't doing nothing.
Exactly.
Get your ass up.
Paycheck
Go to
after
Best Lake
paycheck.
Strategies.
You know?
Get a certification.
We gonna get you
Hey,
right.
Yo, let's shoot the commercial. I'll be the nigga with my hat. Put that hat on. Badass.
This nigga
You
be
ain't doing
counting.
shit. Get your ass up right now.
But
Go to Best Lake
seriously,
Strategies.
but
Get
do
started.
Why are you still
Change
here?
your life. why are you watching my show?
Hey,
Make sure you hit
y'all posting
subscribe
that.
and change your life.
I love it.
That's how the ECP.
I love it. I love it.
All right, let me ask y'all a question.
So he want a round of applause.
We did that round of applause. That's perfect.
I'm
No, y'all need to clip that up.
for sure.
I'm gonna mash that
I
up.
approve that.
Can y'all
that
give
shit
a
start
briefing on
monetizing, I don't want my
y'all's
cut.
programs and
Yeah.
what y'all run y'all people through?
Yeah, so starting actually next year, 2023, we decided to run our 10-week workshop only 4 times out of the year. We used to run it a whole lot more throughout the years, but we
Right.
decided that it is a very elite program that we have. We don't just want anybody in our program because we have a really good credibility. We have a 100% pass rate.
Yeah.
So we want to keep that tight like
sure.
that. So we run that course 4 times out of the year, pretty much every season. And that's live instruction, 10 weeks. Top professionals in the industry
Yeah.
teach our courses.
Like top dog.
You get hands-on labs, over 5,000 plus hours of hands-on labs, exams, other resources and videos that you need to kind of watch to kind of help
Very dope.
formulate yourself into a cyber analyst.
Yeah, and real industry skill sets. Like I have a master's in cybersecurity, and I teach cybersecurity also at NSU, and it was funny because I went to like an expo. It was like different professors, like tenured PhDs, and I was talking to them about industry stuff, and they were clueless. It's from like all different universities.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, huh? Like, you don't know that? Like, what is that, Nate? Like, they never heard of RMF.
It's a theory. It's
They
a
never,
theory.
I was like, what are you, like, how?
Yeah.
But they're stuck in academia. And then, like, America, like, we sell you this dream, you know, come 18, get $200K in student loan debt, do all this stuff, you know what I mean? And then it's like, I don't prepare you for the actual industry.
Yep.
And it sucks because, like, you see so many people fall victim to that. And then I start noticing a lot of, like, you know, traditional methods. It's all theoretical. It's all philosophical. It's not like industry. So the beauty of it is, like, what we do, we actually like giving people, like,
Yeah.
industry stuff. So things that you will not learn in school.
And we've taken our own experices. Like
Yes.
with us having the program on a weekend. I did that as being a single mom because I actually went to college to get my cyber degree. Stupid debt, still paying for it. Didn't need a degree. But anyway, so, you know, we have our program on the weekends for the working
Work-life
adult.
balance,
So we
right.
kind of try to tailor that to folks because we know how bad, you know, you really want to try to get into a space, but just those limits and different things that you may have that pull you. So we did that. We also have our career development advisor who kind of helps prep
Yeah.
every single one of our students from the beginning of the program all the way until they sign that offer letter. So they meet with them on a biweekly basis to make sure that they're gathering all the information, looking for jobs, all that type of stuff to properly prepare them. Outside of our live program, we also have on-demand courses. So say you don't want to sit in a live class, but you want to watch something more at your own pace. We also offer that to our students, and you just complete the program at your own leisure. And then if you want to get the certification, you still just reach out, and we schedule for the certification. I feel like I'm talking a lot, but with us being Pearson VUE certified, we now have the ability to pretty much test anybody in our local area for any cert that you need that needs to be tested at a site like that. So not only tech do we cover, we'll cover other
estate
avenues as
licenses,
well,
all that
construction
stuff.
licenses and things like that. So, but other than that, I think that's pretty much the uniqueness of the program that we have for getting folks into tech. And then outside of that, we do managed IT services. We do web development. We have a couple of clients right now where we're working on a lot of websites for them. We also work with a lot of healthcare industry, lawyers, pretty much anybody who needs IT support or cyber.
It's everywhere.
That's everywhere.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what we are here for. We have
We
the
might need that
capabilities.
soon. We're going to go ahead and put that in the air. We're going to need that soon.
Yeah. Well, y'all know who to call. Best
Absolutely.
link.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
How many people have y'all pushed into this workspace?
75.
And what's
Hold on, let me drop some bombs for them, man. Damn.
100% pass rate, by the way, as well. Everybody has a cert. You don't get that in college.
You don't.
We're cheaper than college.
Oh, yeah.
Hold on.
You don't get a cert in college.
Yeah.
You don't get someone helping you find a job in college. They'll give you resources.
You got to figure it out.
But you got to figure it out.
When you graduate, you got to figure it out.
I always say there's no reason why you should major in computer science or any kind of cyber anything and not come out of college with like your three
cert.
basic A+ security networking cert. There's no way you shouldn't do that, but
Tell
that's the world we live
the
in.
people, the guy at home right now,
Yeah.
he don't know what he want to do. Get up.
You
Go
wanna
to
come
Best
to
Link
Best Link.
Strategies, right?
You want to
Tell him
soft
how
life.
lucrative. Yeah, tell him how lucrative.
Yeah.
How can
Well,
it
let's
change
just
his
say
life? What
when I
that money
first
is
got
like, what
when I
that
first
change is
got
like.
into tech, I took a job making $65,000. It was a help desk role, but I had a plan.
For help desk, that's good.
Help desk, it was good. I was in D.C. though. I was living in Woodbridge.
So
Literally
you was,
within
she was in
6
DC,
months.
So you was like, oh no.
So within 6 months, being a help desk, you got to do trouble tickets. So there was a trouble ticket in the cybersecurity space. So I had to go up there, give someone a mouse, something stupid, right? And then I started seeing what they were doing in there in that environment. And then I ended up seeing someone in government who I was kind of like, hey, what do you do up in here? Let me find out, And then I kind of started
Was it a
talking to
man
them.
or a woman?
It was a man.
Okay.
Listen. You can be smart and still use certain things to your advantage. That's all I'm going to say.
And I will drop a
That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say.
I want to
Not
get
mad at that.
context out here. I respect it.
Yeah, and
you
I
should do that.
and I
agree.
use that
Social
when I
engineering.
need to.
Yeah.
And I did because he saw I had interest. So literally within that year, I was making $65,000. At the end of that year, I was making $110,000 because I got myself in the cyberspace. It's all about who you talk to, who you know.
Say that.
It is all about who you talk to and who you know when you get in tech.
That's 100.
That's in life, shit.
Okay. Do y'all have any like success stories? Like what's the most like y'all student that pops into y'all head that y'all
There's like every one of
helped out?
them.
Yeah.
We cannot single
That
out
was a political
student.
answer.
So
It was.
yeah.
We literally cannot. But we
Yeah.
really cannot because 75. But you know why? Because when we have our students literally text us, like y'all have no
Yeah.
idea. Like I was not making this kind of money. Like
Yeah.
helping their
No,
marriages where they're like, we're gonna go on a
here.
trip now
That's
and
big,
like
that's big shit though.
I can like, it is everyone, but I
Yeah.
can like talk about at least 3 that come out like instantly come out. All right, one guy was enrolled in a master's program at a university, and he was like, man, he already had a master's in biology, and he was like, man, I'm trying to get into like cyber tech, whatever. And he heard about BLS, and he was like, look, man, what I need to do because this program is about to start. My master's program about to start like next week. So he dropped it. So before late registration, so he can get charged, whatever.
Yeah.
Dropped it, did hours.
Dang.
He had a 3-year-old daughter. A month into the program, he had a son. So now he has a newborn and a 3-year-old. The last day of the program, he got laid off. It was 17 of them working in the lab. He got laid off. But in the back of his mind, like, I got this cyber stuff.
and he was testing that same day. for
Testing
his
that
cert.
same day, at test day.
The same day.
So imagine having that anxiety, like, yo, I
That
just got
stress.
laid off and I'm about to take this test.
Yeah.
But we prepare you, you don't fail. We prepare you for it. And then so a month later, he ended up getting a job with the DOD, making $90,000.
and got a clearance.
And a secret clearance now, starting out. He had a conversation with me a month after that. He was like, dude, I still would have been in that master's program.
Yeah.
With crazy loan debt,
Yeah.
with no industry certification,
Yeah.
no secret clearance, like nothing. Another guy that came after him, he got laid off 2 weeks before the program. This dude got a job, like, I think he got an offer 2 days after he got the cert, after he finished, making $120K. And that story's crazy. And then we have other people who just like Lena said, like, it helps save people like marriages, help people save
Financial
like financial situations, like single moms. Like, it has really changed like the whole trajectory. And then we've seen some people in the program that got into the space, now they're working. They got their brothers in there, they got their sisters in there, they got their cousins, they got their wives. We have a few people, like couples that actually came out with like careers now. They changed their whole family. Like the husband and wife came into the program together, and now they work in the tech together.
That's dope. That's dope. All right, I'm gonna ask a toxic question.
Hell.
Toxicity.
We all adults in here, and we see y'all, good-looking people. Y'all ever had students like try y'all?
Look.
Nah,
Don't lie.
Such
Nate,
a
don't-
Chris question.
Okay. I'm gonna bust out the news now. So what people don't know,
news?
Yeah.
this is what
Funny.
people don't know. People think I run the Best Link Strategies Instagram account.
Oh, okay.
They don't know that Nate and I both run it. So the
hitting you in the
DMs,
I see everything.
the level of inappropriate sometimes DMs that people think that is me.
Let me take it to lunch. Let me take it to
And
lunch.
Nate and I over here like, did you see those? Like screenshot like stupid stuff, or I get emails like asking about like my feet. I've gotten that before, and I'm like,
Wow.
So
But I
rolling
can't say though, those folks never signed up.
yeah, we
Oh,
can
man,
pin it out.
nah.
They
we
never
can
signed
pin
up.
out
That
that
makes
energy really quickly.
They never
They
signed
weren't
up.
focused.
And honestly, the benefit too of having a male partner
That's those
is when I
demons.
have those
Yeah.
particular weirdos or weird people, I can really be like, yo, Nate, like you
handle
handle
this
this one.
Yeah,
This
well,
guy's
I
giving
was
me
about- I
was about to
this
ask
guy's
you.
giving me weird vibes. Like, please take it, and Nate will handle it for me, and I don't
Yeah.
ever have to worry about talking to that
Very dope.
person or seeing. So that's the good benefit too of us having that partnership.
Very dope.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because there's some. There are
So
some
yeah,
that-
it is funny though, cause like on IG you can see. I'm not gonna open it, cause I'm gonna see I seen it, but I just seen like, yo, this is crazy. They think they talking.
People be crazy. People are crazy.
I'm gonna make sure we're gonna put the y'all website in
Yeah.
the
yeah.
description. We're gonna
For
put
sure.
your IG so people can follow y'all.
Yes.
Yeah, appreciate it.
Wait, put it back on me, brother.
But no, before you even
I'm
do
about to
that,
get my ECPI commercial on for you.
but your big ECPI commercial, not only do it with our having the cyber school, we have many divisions.
Yeah.
So
got
since we
marketing.
contract, we have also like a media division. So
Yeah.
people have a media company. If you know
Dope.
photographers or people that want to contract with us and work with us, like reach out as well.
Yeah, we do
So
commercials, all that stuff. So
yeah,
have a
we
whole
can
media division.
expand business. So
Go and change your life. You're not doing nothing.
right.
You watching YouTube.
He having too much fun doing this, right?
But I'm
Get
here
up
for
and
it.
change your life today.
But
Call
I'm-
Best Lane
Make that
Strategy.
pivot.
I'm here for
Yeah,
it.
make that pivot.
All
We
right.
all did.
Does
God
anybody need
did.
to take a restroom break
I
before we
do
switch?
gotta go
Okay.
potty. Ready?
All right, we had to take a quick break. I might use that little thing in there for a reel or something later. I don't know. I got some clips for y'all. Want to react?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Women don't have consequences, or 30s competing with 20s first.
30s competing with 20s.
I don't even like the way that sounds.
You have a lot of these women in their late 30s, early 40s,
Copyright strike.
actually competing with the 19-year-old, the 21-year-old, the 22-year-old. You see the shit all over social media. You got women in their late 40s throwing on a cat suit, a bodysuit, twerking, you know, trying to reel in what the young girls are already reeling in. The thing about it, the young women not trying to reel in anything. They just being natural. Their energy is like that. Then you got this old washed up ass motherfucker come from nowhere, want to shake her big ass in front of the camera. But she's not doing it because she thinks she's sexy. Her big ass doing it because she trying to compete. And then she trying to snatch her old head, who gonna grab her old washed up ass up and try to make something out of her. Baby, it's too late for that shit. You had your chance 20 years ago. 20 years ago, yeah, when you thought you was the shit.
You the theatrical drum.
Do you see
No,
why
the
women are
music
so
makes it
weird
even
on
funnier.
stage?
The music makes it
I got a lot to say about this.
React.
Go ahead, Lena. Go ahead, Lena. Get your shit
About
off.
how old we are.
Go ahead, Lena.
I think it's so subjective to me. I personally don't pay no mind to comments like that because really what it all boils down to, a woman has to feel completely secure with where she's at with herself.
Right.
I'm 37 years old and I literally don't feel like I need to compete with a 20-year-old girl. I feel like where I'm at in life, my experiences make me more appealing. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, like, be young, do you, girl? Like, do what you're supposed to do. So the women who do that, it's because they're not seeking certain stuff within themselves. And they're seeking that validation from probably a low vibrational man. Also. So
Why you attack his vibration?
I'm just saying, like, you really are what you attract.
So let me ask you something.
I do believe that.
So what you're saying is you're securing yourself and you have confidence, so you don't have to do that stuff.
You have to be now. Being real, like I've had moments where I've compared myself to women. You know what I mean? Where I'm like, dang, I don't look like that. Like I got a butt like that. Like I will
still
never
fine.
be
I
like
think
that.
that's natural.
You know, but we naturally do
But
do
you
that.
check yourself,
But you gotta check yourself and be like, you know what? Like I'm who I am. I don't.
You
You
was
just cannot
smart.
worry about stuff like
You
that.
was
But
kind.
it took time for you to also get. You know what I mean? It took growth. You know my mentality. Like I said, I'm 37 now, so
Yeah.
it takes growth.
I think a lot of it, like you said, it depends on like how you see yourself. Cause like, I don't think. All right, even you look at, let's say a basketball analogy, you look at like Steph Curry, or whatever. Steph Curry is not trying to compete with a red shirt on the team, cause he's already Steph. Like I'm already solidified. Like if you already solidified with yourself, you don't have to do that extra stuff. But back to what Chris said too, like a lot of times if you just naturally jumping at people that's just giving you like all of like the bells and whistles but no substance, those demons gonna come out later. And it's like because like the demons gonna come out later because the demons are there. They don't know themselves. So like if you constantly like seeking validation from like people that don't matter, that's what I don't understand too. But I think the biggest thing, social media also is just like it's the gift and the curse.
Let me ask y'all a question. Y'all think the bag could play a role in this? People are making money on social media.
Oh
yeah,
get your
it's
money.
different. It's totally different.
I don't think the clip was talking about that.
Y'all don't think
They're talking
30-year-old
about
women are competing with these 20-year-old women?
Suits
But
that be at the club.
There, I mean, they
But Lydia,
are.
that's
It's gonna lead to
that's
No,
what-
they're
that's-
trying. No, like
Trying.
they really are trying to.
I'm not talking. Obviously, you got your shit together. You get into your own stuff. But the woman that is competing against that same dude that the 25-year-old girl wants, they definitely be trying to be in the mix.
But see, that's what's funny.
What are they competing to get?
Right.
though?
That's
What
that's
are they
Y'all don't know.
to get?
We know women that are her age that are in the club right now competing for the same niggas.
No, but
Saw
then-
them last night.
What-
They were
what-
there.
Somebody keep it a buck in here.
They were
goddamn.
there.
No,
No,
I
you're
agree
trying
with
to.
that,
You're
but
right.
I'm asking y'all,
You're right.
tell me what they're competing for.
They think they're competing for a man because they feel like they're at a certain age
Biological
where
clock.
their their options
it's
are
to compete.
fewer.
Yeah.
You
No,
asked
that's
me,
what
I'm
it is.
answering. They feel like their options are fewer. They feel like they're getting too old, so they better hurry up and snatch something up while they can.
Yep.
Right.
So they think they have to go to where the men are, and most of the time the men are at the club looking at the 20-somethings.
So
Yeah.
let me
So
ask.
they go to where they think the men are at.
Let me ask y'all a question.
They need to go to Home
think,
Depot
they
or
think
something.
shit. They think shit has changed with the club scene.
Huh?
They think the shit has changed with the club scene.
Dang,
You know what
No,
I'm
but
saying?
they're trying to
Okay,
do
think about
whatever
it like
they
this.
can
I'm
think
40.
of
I'm
to
a
do.
40-year-old, right? And I'm going to the club to get what? When I was in the club at 20,
You're a
the
40-year-old
motherfuckers
woman?
was getting humped and dumped the same way. So why am I gonna jump in that same lane again? You know what I'm saying? Are they just trying to get dogged
But
out?
no, they're not going there to get other niggas. They're going there to get the dude that runs the club, the dude that's in the section, the dude that looks lit.
Could they
in the
pull
club.
them when they can they pull them when they was tight and right?
They don't know how
No,
to
you're not pulling those guys. That's
But that's the nigga. I am
Listen.
circling you to that answer.
You know what
the problem is?
What? You're not answering my question.
Do you
Chris.
know?
Are the 40-year-old bitches in there competing with those 20-year-old girls?
We already confirmed that. I'm saying why.
What are you talking about?
Okay, all right,
They
Kadeem. Let's
don't
say
know
yes
how-
to that question, and
They
then what
don't
else?
know how
There's a
to
conversation after the
recognize
answer.
the man that
This
is
is a
worth it
reaction.
outside in the real world.
Exactly.
Right.
And
But
that's
no,
what
I
I
agree.
said.
But
They're
that's
attracting
ding,
low
ding, ding,
vibrational
ding,
men
ding.
by doing that.
Thank you.
They're not
They don't
truly
know how to
attracting what they
recognize him
actually
when he's
think
at the
they
bookstore.
need.
All I'm saying
That
is,
guy ain't a
with these clips, we can
Whatever.
answer the question. It'll be 2 seconds. We know they're competing. I'm saying why and what's the goal? I think
To
it's
get a man.
But no, but that didn't work when you was tight and right at your
So you're
best.
still grasping at everything.
why?
Because
Why?
you knew when they was 20
Because
what
they're
Lydia be
grasping.
saying. They weren't in there trying to get a man. They just wanted
Yeah,
to
they
fuck
They wanted
and
to
get
party.
what they wanted.
It was partying, having fun.
That and that's what I'm saying. We need to dig into that. Why is that just the goal to get bent over and penetrated? Then you're gonna go on social media.
We have been sitting here with this goofy ass nigga for
but she's
mad
still
long.
young. But she's still young though. That's what I'm saying.
But she's telling you
She
that. But you just said, why isn't that girl that's in the
she
20s?
didn't
Why
get
she
an
couldn't get him
answer.
when he's tight and right? That's why she didn't want him.
She don't
She
want
just
him.
wanted to get humped and dumped. And now she's 40 trying to go back to where she thought she met a lit nigga at.
No.
Because she's not at the bookstore, nigga.
But maybe why
I
not
won't
try
be
that?
40 at the club.
Chris,
I'm telling you.
unless you're doing a signing, nobody's going to
Why?
Barnes
But
and
no.
Nobles.
But I'm saying the only reason why I'm saying that is because those same women will go to social media and complain.
I can't help
course.
with
That's what I'm talking
They're
about.
crazy.
Nothing else.
Y'all acting like I don't know about the dating scene. I know, but I'm saying there's
I
a
know.
problem here.
You
There's
know,
a
nigga.
disconnect.
Yeah.
There's a
We
disconnect.
know, you know, nigga.
There's a disconnect though. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So they're competing.
We'd have
for-
to have women in here to tell us why they keep going back to the club.
I'm
She
we're
just
trying.
said it. We
Well,
both
she's
kinda-
the young demographic. though.
Okay, but I was right.
But even
Dad.
from my
Yeah,
vantage point,
it's
being that
like,
age, like
right.
I
They
said,
don't
when I
never
was
try to
younger, I
validate
was like
anything I
not
say.
caring.
But I'm saying there's women your age in there competing with girls her age.
Right.
now.
And like
Today,
I just
right
said, it's
now.
because
Last
they're
night,
not at a
yesterday,
certain level within
all
themselves
weekend.
to feel the
I
need to
think-
have to do that.
you
Because
know-
if you're trying to go pull the guy from the club, you don't go to the club.
Right.
If you're trying to pull the boss of the club, you're gonna see him at the gym. You're gonna see him at a golf course. You're gonna see him somewhere else.
They don't go
You're
to
not
the
gonna go to the
gym.
club.
They don't go to the gym.
Well, I mean that's mentality.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
telling
I
you.
might
That's
go
what I'm
down,
saying.
go there during like normal business hours when he's taking care of businessy things.
I think
So-
I think they think they got leverage.
If you're saying
because
that's
got
what they're trying to go
experience.
there for,
You don't
then
pull
they're
up
not
at
doing it the right
12:30
way.
and think he gonna have time to holler at you. That doesn't make sense.
All right. The next one is women don't have consequences. We'll see how y'all. Chris, take us down a deep, dark path with this one, buddy.
What percent of men actually get laid? Guys face consequences for their decisions. Like that's the whole point. Is like, like men when they make a bad decision, they always have a consequence. Women don't, and that's why women are worse because one gender has consequences, one doesn't. And to say it's like equal, I just think isn't like fair because men when they make a bad decision, they have the consequence immediately, where women don't. We're bailed out of everything.
How are we bailed out of everything?
Okay. Every bad decision that you make, you're bailed out of. If you want to sleep around, there's birth control. If you get pregnant, you don't want to keep it, there's an abortion. If you get pregnant and you want to get married to the guy and leave and take half, you can do that. And you can do it under the guise of being happy. And, and society will accept you. And some simp will probably marry you after. If you're bad with your money, what are you going to do? You're going to go to a women's shelter. Or the government will pay you. If you leave and you're a single mother and you're the 5th baby mama or whatever, you can also go to the government. They'll pay you. Percent of men actually get laid.
I picked 2 clips with music on there. I don't know what that's going to do to my video.
There are a lot of resources
right there.
There are a lot of resources specifically geared towards women. This is true, right?
100% true.
And there are less geared towards men. Like, I don't know if y'all know this, but there are like a lot of women's shelters in the 757. There is one men's shelter. One. Right? So I get what she's saying. And honestly, she's right. But to say we don't have consequences all the way is a little bit, I don't know what the word is, but you feel me.
I
there are
actually
definitely
kind of can concur with her too. I actually kind of can't agree that women's consequences are, well, let's say we get them a little bit slower. We'll just say we feel the consequences maybe a little bit on the slower side compared to where men, really do kind of.
If a man fucks up, he feels it right then.
Because women
right
do naturally,
tomorrow.
you do naturally kind of feel, okay, crap, if this happens to me, your first reaction is, okay, who can help me? And you probably do have someone that can help you. 9 times out of 10 as a woman. You probably do.
Yeah. Men can do that.
But men probably really don't maybe have as much as someone they can really call on as how women can be like, to take over this for me. Can you take over? I can't do this right now. Can you help me?
I agree. In the
They don't
immediate,
have
it
any
looks like that, but I
options.
think a lot of the time we block that out anyway. I think a lot of times men will go through what they go through on their own out of a choice. We don't really take
But
the
it's a
time to
choice.
reach out and lean on the people that
see
are
that.
around us. I'm not saying that there's not as many options for them. I'm just saying even in conception, we don't think to like, oh, let me pick up the phone and call and ask for help. We don't do that. So we don't even know what's out there.
Do you think it's a pride thing?
Definitely.
Yeah, definitely.
But I think pride is necessary, and sometimes you have to check it too when shit's going downhill or the building's burning down. You gotta ask for help. But what's that woman's name, yo?
Who?
Do you know?
I don't
She be going in.
She does. But do you think that
Who?
the girl that was on the question? But do you think it's easier for a man to reinvent himself than a woman?
For sure.
No.
Easier for a man? No.
I disagree.
No.
I don't even think that. I don't think. I think
No.
women.
So like if he
Wait,
go
what do
through
we
a
mean by
bunch-
It's harder
Okay.
for a man. Like, say a man gets divorced or something and has to kind of rebuild or something like that. I think it's easier for a woman versus a guy.
Or
Oh, I thought you were saying, okay.
or like let's say like some like crazy experience or something that happens, like he has to live with that forever versus if a woman did the same thing.
She can just cut her hair and dye it red.
Yeah.
Right.
No,
Slap on your hand.
But I guess where I'm going is
She's
I
gonna
actually
get bangs.
I actually don't agree that men have more consequences or women don't. I think they're just different, and I think women sometimes think they don't have consequences. I think they don't like. There's this idea of like they think there's no consequences, there's no accountability, but there is. Even the woman, when you do decide to have the baby and think you're going to take something from that guy, there's so many downstream impacts to the decisions you make, and I think that's really what we've been talking about with younger women. Younger women think there's no consequences to dotting around or collecting kids or doing all the things they're doing, and then when you're brought up to be judged or to have the conversation about that accountability, it's like, oh my God, that's when I was 20, that's when I was 25. No, everybody has consequences. They're just different.
Yeah.
And then I will say to your question about the whole idea of reinventing yourself, the one thing I will say that women do wear more than men, the only time where I think there is an uneven like consequence is with kids. I think women have to wear kids more than men have to wear kids.
For sure.
Men can literally be whatever they want to be and have kids.
Thank you for
Yeah.
saying
So,
that.
like, whereas a woman, as soon as I meet a woman, they have to disclose being a mom. They have to disclose being accountable. Whereas men really do get to have the ability to navigate that differently, depending on their desire on what they want to share.
Right.
Like I could literally have a whole space with a woman and leave her, and she would never know anything about my kids.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's what I desire.
Well, Ain't nothing else to say to that one.
I don't know.
Do you want to?
I mean,
No.
The consequences do come later, and like even if I think about my personal experiences, any mistakes that I can think of really did not affect me at that moment. Like they're things that I have to worry about for my future. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
For later on, right? So now I'm 27. I'm thinking about how do I rectify that, whatever, smooth shit out so that the rest of my life is what I want it to be. But it's not like a man. Like if I fuck this shit up today, there's gonna be some shit going on tomorrow.
yeah.
I think it just goes back to Willie covered that completely, bro. I think it's just y'all be in y'all feelings, and after a certain point when the feelings subside, I think that's when y'all start to feel like the consequence.
It's an emotional.
Y'all don't really
What do you mean?
reality.
Expand upon that.
Right.
Like y'all, like say you fall in love with a guy and he was the wrong guy for you, had a baby with him, da 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 da. You gotta go through that whole healing process of letting that guy go, and then you actually can see all the ramifications of the choices that you made after the feeling subsides. Like after you fell out of love and all
You
that
mean
stuff.
looking back, you can see where you
Right,
fucked up.
because you was on that high. Y'all are
Yeah.
dictated by y'all feelings. So after y'all get out of that and look back, y'all like, damn.
Oh, you couldn't see that you were making the mistake when you made
Right.
it. That's what you're saying.
At that time, you rose-colored glasses.
Yeah.
That too, y'all lie to yourselves quick.
Oh, for sure. We're good at that.
Right.
Yeah.
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 Like, no, it's fine. He's fine.
He'll change.
Right. He'll change. He cares about me.
Like that's easy.
He loves me.
Absolutely.
No,
He said it.
That's a clip right there for Willie.
They had a lot to say about y'all's relationship credit score on the real. And people asked me to have y'all delve deeper into what that looks like and if you could give your own credit score. I was like, I don't think niggas should get their own because everybody gonna say they got 800.
Wait. Okay.
Wait, what is
I
that?
need you to define that. What is the credit based on?
Chris and Ellie got to talk about it because they
basically-
brought it
This
up.
conversation.
Okay.
I know the rest of
I
the
got
team
you,
didn't
Ellie.
see the real, so.
I basically said everybody, the person that you're in a relationship with should get the benefit of the doubt. And then Elliot went on to say, what?
Come on.
Oh no,
continue.
okay. I thought you were saying I didn't say that. And then Elliot went on to say
Guys face
that
consequences.
he feels like even once you get into that relationship, that person should build up the credibility to get the benefit of the doubt. And so basically, we were kind of standing on opposite ends of me saying that if you get in a relationship, the commitment is saying that you have that benefit of the
Right, I
doubt.
agree.
But he was also saying that it's almost like we compared it to a job, right? Sometimes people aren't the same person in the interview than they are when they get the
Right.
job.
90-day
just-
probation.
I should
Right,
just play
right.
And then that title exposes certain things because they have that position of power, so you might act differently. So I do kind of agree with Elliot, but it's like, if that's the kind of person that you committed to, I feel like that's automatic red flag when you give them that position and they start to abuse it or they start to, you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like that's a telling tale to me.
I agree with Chris, and I actually say that I think men kind of fuck it up. A lot of men out here is that I think if you are seriously taking your time and you're sitting there like dating this person and learning a person and you're creating like this space and saying, hey, is this somebody I want to be with? By the time I make a decision to be with you, you should have an 800.
Right.
I should not be going in there like saying you're a 500 and we're going to work to that. Then I'm not going to fucking be with you.
Agree.
That's the
Right,
transaction.
yeah, 100%. So at the
agree.
end of the day, like for me, it's like I agree with you, Chris. Like if I step into a space with someone, the moment we become a relationship, I should have an 800. Trust should be high. All those things, and unless I'm doing anything to deprecate that, like no, like. But a red flag would be for me if we're together and then you start taking trauma or not trust or anything like that, and you're treating me like I have a 500. I would leave right then and there.
Right.
I think
Right
we're
now.
talking about what should be instead of what reality is. In reality, if that was the case, you wouldn't have failed relationships.
Blush.
If that was the case, you got into a relationship with someone, correct?
Absolutely.
And down the road, you found things that weren't aligned with your, aligned with you, period. So that was like a red flag. They were showing their best selves at the beginning, and through duration of a relationship, that 800 went to a 540 really quick, and you just cut off ties. So that's what we're saying. I'm saying that we were thinking about what should have, but reality is everybody doesn't give you their best selves or their best, or their authentic self through the duration of a relationship.
No, I agree, but I will say though that because I've been through that, I think I'm less likely to like like my timeline for relationships are much longer now to wait for that, because I'm a big believer that people will try to give that representative, but I do think through just situations, questions, and like as I've gotten older, I've been more intentional in asking questions about that. I do eventually think that person comes out, and I actually think, and I know I'm going to get booed because it's a majority men audience, I actually think men are more of the like fugazi person in the beginning than women are.
Thank you.
In my experience.
You was holding that.
I know. I'm gonna be honest, because honestly, like for real, like, no, wait. I'm gonna be honest. The women that I've dated, I don't ever really felt like something they did different. Like even to good or bad, even the ones that didn't work out, I blame myself. Like they showed that card very early. I did know. I probably was the one.
So
that
you're
was
a fool. Is
I
what
see
you're
your
saying.
perspective.
I'll say whatever you want to
So
say. Look, I'll say whatever you want to. I'm saying
You said it. We're going off on you. We're being congruent.
Yeah, I'm being congruent. I'm saying that there's been times where with women where I'm like, oh, that shit probably gonna go away, or maybe hey, when we do this, or maybe I could deal with it. I was the nigga that used to think I could deal with a lot of shit.
And I was about to say that. I say we do get to a point where we're like, oh, I can carry that, I can carry that, I can carry that, and then we look back and it's like a whole stack of shit on
100%.
But I will say to what you were saying about the credit score and stuff, I do believe that a person can have an 800 with you and still not work out.
Right.
They can have that credibility. They can be dependable, all that stuff, and it still not be that person for you.
And the only thing I would say about a congruency, I just want to make sure I'm clear on this, and maybe that's as I've dated when I got older. I think women in their like 30s, mid 30s, like they're much more intentional and transparent because they've been through a lot of fuck shit.
Right.
So they do come in a lot more like, hey, this is what it is.
This is what it is.
Yeah,
like,
it's like this is what I'm looking for. They do. They just do.
This is what I want.
Right. This is my timeline.
I feel like we're like that too.
No, I'm saying some men, but I'm saying that. But what I'm saying,
Not a lot of men are like that.
What I'm saying
Chris.
is, if I had to say in my experience that a lot of the reason why women get there is because they've been with men who haven't been.
But I was about to say
But
that.
you know
I feel
what?
like it's
Willie
more
will
of
be like, "Kadeem, you telling too much."
I feel like it's more of a character thing. It's about what we've been. I feel like every man in this room is like that.
Willie just
We're not
told you he
gonna
ain't got no
say-
character.
Y'all
Willie got character. Y'all got to stop letting Willie get that shit off.
He said
I
I was
think it's a
fool.
human thing. As you get smarter, you start to know what
You
you
do
want
better.
and what you're not gonna waste your
That's what I
time
was
on.
gonna say.
I
Y'all
agree.
have told me, you three in the room have told me that a man knows what he wants.
Yes.
In a relatively short amount of time. So that means in my brain, I can show up as who the fuck I am and tell you this is who I am and this is what I want.
Yep.
And you're gonna make a decision based on that,
But-
and nobody has to waste time.
But Lydia, there's a trip that we run into though. Because we do get with women, and if sex is involved in that timeline, and we do come to a place where we don't want to do it anymore, can y'all be okay with that?
What's the communication like?
Like if the communication was honest this whole time, and we were going through our trial, and we had sexual
And you're just
relations,
like, yo, it's just not working.
but even still, I come to the terms that you don't want to do it.
Well, then she should be on the same page in terms because you've
Okay.
been really communicating that it hasn't been working.
But what if he just decides he wants to ghost her?
That's a whole.
Listen.
No, but this is
Okay,
what
wait,
I
hold
agree
on.
with what she's saying, because I like when you're with someone, if you're truly communicating and truly checking in, the retrograde energy
You're gonna
shouldn't be
know.
that sudden.
Right.
She's right. It should
You're
have
gonna
been.
know, like,
I
okay.
feel you.
So like, no,
But for the sake of my fucking show, somebody has to play the opposite. Is somebody gonna be okay with me ghosting this bitch?
No, I think, and no, let me speak to what
Because
you're
if a
saying.
woman ghosts you, you just get ghosted. Nobody cares.
I'm down to get ghosted.
Dean,
fan
Dean,
of
Dean, I got you, Dean.
Thank you. Thank you. Run down
down.
show
You should.
shit with me. Thank you.
Let's say this. Let's say this.
I'm a fan of the slow
I think
drawback.
Kadeem was talking about if it happens, because it could happen. You have to be at a certain level of peace before you enter into the field.
I thought he was gonna say before you enter
you
her.
should be.
I know. You have to be at a certain level of
Ghosting
peace.
can be traumatic because it depends on the scenario, depending on how it occurred. It really can
And what was
mess
said.
with somebody.
Have you ever been ghosted?
Ghosting
Me
is
personally?
actually
Yeah.
very
Yeah, I
blindsiding.
have.
Like, okay, wait.
Ghosting can be very blindsiding as well.
Yeah,
so, like,
ghosting
you can
can
get
really-
ghosted by a nigga
yeah.
and you knew shit wasn't working out and you're cool with it.
Yeah.
But if you're like, oh,
Yeah.
this is going well, da, da,
And it's like a
da,
complete
da,
blindside. Yeah.
Then
Okay, I'll say that.
That's
I feel like
damaging.
that's we
It's
fuck up a lot
damaging.
because if
It's
the
damaging.
levels
You
of
don't know where you went wrong,
communication
so
and
you don't know what
honesty
to
were
fix.
open, you should be able to be like that in your exit too.
Yeah.
You should be able to say.
I agree,
as a man,
mature
you should be
Chris.
No,
But have you ever
I
ghosted
spoke-
somebody?
I spoke-
But what's
I
the
spoke to your
reality?
question.
Like,
Yes.
have
what's
I ever
the
ghosted
reality?
someone, or have we?
Both. Have you ever ghosted somebody?
I've definitely ghosted someone.
And have you been ghosted?
Yeah.
In my younger days, because that is the whole younger woman dynamic when she thought she was up. As I was older,
She played you. Now she's
Yeah,
trying
when I
to
was
get
younger,
back.
yeah, no doubt, 100%.
Yeah.
Reality check.
Yeah,
What about you, bro?
1000.
You
You
been
ghosted
ghosted or
somebody?
ghosted?
Have I ghosted somebody? Yeah, I've ghosted somebody.
You been ghosted?
And I've been ghosted.
And I want to be clear. I personally, I think this is important. because I don't want no niggas in front. If you've been out here really shooting in the gym, you've been ghosted and you've gotten ghosted. If I hear niggas say you never been ghosted, I'm like, yo, you really ain't been out here. You don't really get women out here. You haven't been out. Now speak on the fact that I want to do that before you speak. Go ahead, Feathers.
Well, I don't know.
Have you been ghosted? I know.
I don't think
he tells he never been ghosted.
He might not have. I would believe him.
Y'all niggas.
She probably was like, she was like,
tell us the truth.
she texted Chris and got a green ball.
Thank you, Lydia.
Chris is regular degular. Once you know this nigga, I ghost his ass too.
Yeah, but we're not.
Huh?
Have you been ghosted?
Yeah, I've been ghosted.
Thank you.
He just saying.
I've been rejected and I've been ghosted many times.
Okay. Lena, you been ghosted?
I don't know about regular,
I
regular.
have been ghosted.
Hold on. 'Cause somebody.
This is like you went
Hold
to
on. Somebody ghosted you?
Yes.
Who the fuck is this dude?
Oh my god.
Uh-oh. It's still sore.
I know. That shit probably hit them different than they hit us.
Say his
if
name.
I text you a couple times and you don't respond, I'm like, all right.
We promote saying his name on this
I'm
podcast.
not saying
Don't say
this
it.
person's
Don't
name negative. No,
I promote
I've been.
Oh, it's only been once
ghosted.
though. You said person.
One time. I've been ghosted one time.
Damn.
What you do, Lena? It's your
I
fault.
didn't do
She
anything.
didn't do nothing but be fine.
Okay, let me
I
ask
didn't
you.
do anything but be fine.
No, see, and that.
I haven't been that close to you, but I know you
girl.
smell
I
like
didn't do
butters.
anything.
That
just
be
me.
y'all problem.
She
Cause
smell
y'all
like
feel like
butters.
just because I'm fine, y'all
She
feel like
smell
y'all.
like champagne bubbles. She smell like brown sugar. She smells
That
like
Lydia?
sage in the evening.
You got her clothes in her cardigan and stuff.
I know she smell. I'm not even over
Hey,
there. I ain't been over there
girl.
all day. I know she smelled good.
Pause.
Come on.
Pause.
Glowing out here.
Pause.
Aw.
But I do feel like that's the setup. Y'all feel like because y'all look
Come
a
on,
certain way,
champagne.
y'all feel like y'all got it
But you
locked.
think you may not.
can't
No,
happen. You got it
honestly,
locked.
you can be
Right,
an attractive
it can't
person
happen.
and
Anybody
get
can get it.
ghosted.
Yeah.
But
Anybody
I
can
was
get it.
ghosted. Like, it was the sense of like I was like in the relationship, and then it was just ended without my knowledge.
Shit.
Let me ask y'all a question.
Oh shit.
So that was and like I said, it can be damaging. It can really, when you get blindsided and don't know, you're like, dang. Like, what in
I
the
don't think it hurts
world?
guys like that. We just like you said, if you've been shooting for a long time, like, all right.
You know what doesn't hurt
Next.
guys? That doesn't hurt guys. But what does hurt is when they see that it's really something that they know that they fucked up on, and then that person is actually way much.
You
in
see,
a
I wouldn't
better,
call that
better
ghosting, though.
space. No. You said doesn't.
when
say
she
what
leveled
doesn't
up on
guys.
you.
Oh.
I was saying they can
That's what you're
ghost
saying?
you,
Like if
but
I
then what's
fucked
gonna
up and
impact
she
them
stopped
later?
talking to me, then I was like, I wouldn't consider that ghosting. Ghosting, I think, is like when shit is, we cool.
Oh,
I thought
Yeah.
everything was cool, and then
Yeah,
I hit her.
that's how
and
I
then
got
she ain't-
ghosted. Yeah, I had that type
Like
of
that's
ghosting.
being ghosted.
But that, I don't even know if I call it because then I mean, like I said, like deception is to me the thing that would hurt me the most, and that feels more like
And that's
deception
what I
than
felt.
ghosting.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
then. Yeah, because it
deception.
really
Deception is now
sure
like,
was
yeah.
deception.
Yeah.
And
Ghosting
very
is more
blindsiding.
upfront and more direct. Like, yo, I just don't fuck with you.
Yeah.
Have y'all ever had like an amicable breakup?
Yes.
Like a real, like a friendly,
A grown-up breakup?
nice, cool breakup.
Yep.
No.
And it was wonderful.
No.
It was actually great.
Yeah.
Actually.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like I tried to.
I don't know. I've
She ain't
never
I
been
tried
broken
it.
up with.
I was completely honest, and
Yeah.
She
it
ain't wanna let
still
it
the other side wasn't as receptive.
Which one do I want to do now?
I've never had a friendly breakup, but normally I only break up with you when you really had to do something, like really had to, because I will write it out. Like I'm telling you, I always have this thing in my brain about, and I tell myself this when I'm in hard times in whatever relationship. I'm like, okay, let me think about some people that have been married for 50 years. Have they been through what I'm going through and made it through the other side?
Right.
Probably. So I can ride this out. Like I'm gonna give it everything I got, right? So when I break up with you, it might not be amicable, but like
I walk away knowing
it's
I
all
did
the way down to
everything.
zero. Like it's dead. You murdered it. It's dead.
I think a lot of times the men be the opposite. Too.
I think
Like,
a
when
lot of
y'all do
women are like
something-
that. Us women are
when
like
y'all
that.
do something,
We'll
we
let it
kinda
die a
like,
slow death.
We run it to
You
the
can't say I
ground.
didn't tell you.
That's it.
You're not gonna tell me I didn't tell
We
you.
run it to the ground. All that fussing, yelling, fighting. When we're quiet, that's when it's over.
That's the silent death.
That's when it's a wrap.
All right.
Yeah, I can agree. It's really over
He
there.
said, "Oh yeah."
It's really over there.
I got one more for y'all, then I'm gonna let y'all get out of here. Cowboys play tonight, so we talk about one night stands a lot here.
We do?
Why you
More than
starting like that?
because I'm trying to, frame the question. I might
Sure.
cut this
Oh
up
my
different.
gosh.
Okay. Cap.
But we never talk about like how long would you be willing to wait, or how long would you make somebody wait? What's the longest you will wait, Willie? At our
I will
big
wait?
35, almost 36-year-old age.
It just depends.
He like, nigga, I'm a one night organ donor, nigga.
No. I don't know. It just depends. It depends on the space. It depends on the vibe. I think it
So
probably.
it's a per chick basis.
Yeah, I would say 60 days max.
60. You would make a girl wait 60
No,
days.
I would make her wait, or would she?
I
Like
asked
me wait?
both.
Oh.
You would wait 60 days?
I would wait 60 days. For the
Fuck
right one. I would.
That's 2 months. That's not 2 months.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No,
That's not a long time.
I mean,
If you got a roster, I guess, because you probably somewhere else. You saying you not fucking for 60 days?
bro, that's
We gotta be real here. You niggas been trying to play me. You made rules, you're not adhering to them. I don't know what's going on.
Who's not?
Answer the truth. Yeah, I can wait 60 days if I'm fucking 2 times a week over here. What the fuck? That ain't waiting, nigga.
Who ain't? That's Willie.
Jesus Christ, man.
Don't put that on me. That's Willie. Willie over here being friendly and
He
cuddly
like,
and
I can
shit.
wait 60 days. I'm like, what? And then Lydia co-signed it. Oh, that's only 2 months. You can wait that long. I'm like, this nigga not waiting 60 days.
How do you know?
I'm asking somebody's gonna keep it a buck, man. Because then look at him laughing. Because you know I'm
Kadeem is
He like, come on, Kadeem. We're podcasting. We're not keeping it a buck.
That boy got his sheep's clothes on.
Yeah, look, he killed a fucking
I'm laughing.
lamb chop
You a
earlier.
whole wolf in here, nigga. We see you. We see you.
No, we go to link. Waiting, making them wait.
No, fuck that. No, fuck that. Lena, we're gonna ask you. Have you ever had a one night
I'm
stand?
listening.
I just said we talk about one night stands a lot. This nigga took it wrong.
So as we were gonna answer the other question,
You can plead the
in my
fifth.
opinion, I'm 37 years old. I'm just all about like the organic vibe. Like me personally, if I'm dating someone and I'm giving you a lot of my time, like he was saying, 60 days. If you think about it subjectively, work, life, schedules. I'm a mom. I probably that is a considerable amount of decent time if I'm consistently dating that person. And if I feel like okay, we're actually really rocking, we're talking a lot, communicating. If it naturally, organically feels good, right? Like
Fuck it.
yeah,
Literally.
Fuck it.
you know what I mean? I feel like that's kind of normal, isn't it?
I'm just asking. I'm just making the.
Like, isn't that kind of normal?
so crazy.
I'm like, to me, that sounds like a regular.
Nobody. I'm asking
You know, you
how
probably
long
see
would you
someone on
wait? How long
average
would you
once or
make
twice if you're
somebody
starting to
wait?
date. Like, you know, you just never.
I mean, or if you like her a lot, you might see her every day. I don't know.
It depends. As I say, it's all about the organic energy of how it feels.
Yeah, I think it's the space too.
Yeah.
Because like if you like we go back to your 20s and you just like living life.
Right.
You like, all right, so you got so much free time on your hands, so that 60 days gonna feel like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? Versus like
We'll be 37, 38.
I kind of disagree, bro. I mean,
I'm sitting here waiting for somebody.
No,
to keep it
I'm gonna be honest.
Thank you.
The
Somebody, please.
time frame by which a woman gives it up in your 30s is like weeks. Like it's literally like 14 days. So if I was younger, it'd be months. But now women, I talk about intentionality with women. Women, when they're older, they're just like sharks. They know what they want.
Yeah,
they
no
know
one
they
tries
already.
to-
They
most
come
of
in
them,
already knowing after one conversation, am I going to fuck you?
She said, "Come
And they
here,
usually
bring that dick
execute
here."
very fast. They do. No.
Well, I mean, I would say in general, women can point that out. You know automatically if you want to like.
Right, that's what
figure
I'm
out.
and I'm just saying that like
The moment they walk. Exactly. Doesn't mean I'm gonna do what you
No,
know.
no,
Like
but I'm
you're-
not-
Exactly.
I'm not saying
Exactly.
So maybe you'll give me a real answer,
but I'm not-
because
I'm
you
not-
might
I'm not-
know you want to do it, but you might be like,
yeah.
I'm gonna make him wait.
But what I'm saying, it's not about
Exactly.
earning. I'm saying that if I'm fucking with you and this person likes me, and I'm saying that as I've gotten older, by the time we kick it a couple times, it's going to go down. Like she actually opened up the conversation and said, "We're grown. We're all fucking grown." Women know they're fucking grown,
Yeah.
and they know like, hey, like time is short. Women's time reference gets so small as they get older. A year, a woman's gonna be like, yo,
You
why are we not
lying.
moving in? Why are we
You
not married?
lying.
Yeah, so like I said,
ain't
but when they're
lying.
younger, their time span of years, like, yo,
Yeah, you
we
ain't
might
lying.
just get somewhere. So what I'm saying is sex happens much quicker in my older age than it did when I was younger.
But you just tell me 60 days.
You said how long would I wait?
They fucking in a week, but it's really 60 days.
I'm
I don't
saying
know.
what's
Willie hasn't dodged your question. You just want us to be toxic. You want us to jump into our 22-year-old selves.
Chris,
No,
no,
I'm
how
just-
long would I wait?
Yeah.
And I'm saying actually, like when I really fuck with you, like honestly, I don't have that timetable because I already know it's going to happen.
Okay, let me ask y'all a question in relation to this. Have y'all ever rejected an advance from a woman in
Yeah.
y'all's young age? Why?
Young?
Yeah.
No.
I think I can't speak to that because I
I
think
rejected-
we're in relationships.
when I was younger.
Throwing dick left and right.
Yeah, no, I think when guys are younger, we come from a environment where it's like murder anything moving. So
Right.
it's usually
No,
you
not
have
anything.
no, literally
Thank you. Not anything
no,
moving.
guys
no,
are,
no,
though.
no. Let me explain.
Pause.
No, wait. So what men do is we have to look for reasons why we're not going to fuck you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like if you're like super not attractive, you're not like,
Okay.
yeah, like
Crazy.
Oh,
you crazy.
So you have to like something about them.
No,
He's trying to
that's
come back,
not
bring
it.
it back to a show that you don't watch.
No. There has to be something of attraction, for the most part.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
And anyway, Chris, like he said, I rejected her. Man, I rejected her because she was way too much for me.
But if you know somebody's like kind of crazy or emotionally unstable, or you're gonna have to deal with that after.
But when we were younger, we weren't
Right,
thinking
is
like
it
that. We
worth
had,
it?
bro. When we were, bro. You gotta remember, we're older now, but when we were younger, when we were in our younger days, did we
dodged
not?
that shit back then?
Yeah, but even when we were
She was
younger,
crazy.
we used to tie our worth to our body count.
That's true.
That and men
Guys
did
do
that.
do
We
that.
grew up in
Well,
that environment.
yeah.
Rap
Get your number.
culture used
Get
to.
your number.
Y'all did, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. As we're older now, I do agree with the more logical approach. Yes, like I definitely agree that we're not just gonna fuck anything.
Yeah.
But Chris was asking 21, 22-year-old. I don't know, fam. Like yo, if I didn't fuck you, it meant something really like damn.
There's something to
Right.
that we should talk about too. Why that's the case. But what you got to say,
Trauma
bro?
shit. Also,
No, just why?
my dad didn't love
Why
me?
is that the only thing? You know what I'm saying? That's such a big thing. You know what I'm saying? How to conquer women and get more women.
Yes.
Why can't we channel that to something else?
And
you know
it
what
should have
I'm
been,
saying?
bro. If I had to talk about one fucking regret,
Bro.
in my life, it would have been, and I tell this to Lil Willie all the time, it would have been to take all that energy and put
I
it to
was
your
literally about to say that. I was like, look at your
100%.
son, bro. Your son is killing shit.
But
Yeah,
see, like
100%.
men typically just don't realize things like that until later in life. Men
Exactly.
develops later than women.
It does.
I don't think our fathers told us no
Yeah,
shit
we didn't
like that.
know.
And
No,
that
that's
too.
a
My dad was
We
like,
didn't.
yeah,
And then what
you
do
got
you
your
have to
shorts and
model
your
that
condoms
for
and your
you?
bags.
And I'm
What
saying,
was modeled for
and I'm
you?
telling you, like rap music, there's two things that I think that kind of fucked us as men. It was this idea of like short lifespan, meaning that we had to flex and go get everything right
Right.
now and go spend and not invest. And it was fucking women. It was this idea that our validation was tied to women. So how we got dressed, how we got up, everything was tied to women. The job, even how I got into youth sports, I tied it back to women.
Yeah.
But I think that's
Damn,
natural.
that's why you got into
I think
this?
no, but I think
I got into it because I fuck with Lil Willie.
I
But you know what's crazy? I think that's natural and it should stay.
Brought me in.
But it should be moderated.
Yeah, we've been doing
You know what I'm
shit
saying? Like we're men. I don't think we should disconnect from our nature. Yeah, we like women. We like y'all.
Right.
So yeah, we're gonna do something right. You know what I'm saying?
But I used to skip class.
Right.
and
No,
do
and
all
I just-
kind
that's
of
what I
rap
said.
And I
shit.
think
That's
it's
what
the
I'm saying.
idea of attract
But you
versus
guys act
chase.
like girls didn't do the same thing.
It should be
Yeah,
moderated.
And in my
You didn't act like we were doing the same thing as kids.
yeah,
And it should-
Younger.
Good student, okay?
But it's a track versus
I got
chase. And what
A's.
I'm saying is, as I've gotten older, you don't have to chase. It attracts. It
Facts.
comes. And I will
Facts.
say though, even for women though, it flips the other way too. Women are really good at attracting and they're younger and they attract. But then as women get older, they start realizing all that they attract is not all gold.
It's harder. It's harder
Or
for.
they realize I don't have to do all
It's
that
harder
much
for us
get
to
really what I
attract
want.
than for them to attract.
But okay, when
They
we say
can
what I-
find their weapons in their closet. We
I wanna-
gotta go
I
out
wanna-
into the world and get our weapons to attract.
But I want to ask, when we talk about what women want, can we agree that at the end game for most women, y'all don't have to answer for your own selves, is to get married?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
if we're saying that we don't have to work hard to get what we want, if the woman, let's just look at it very binary. If you're not married, that means you haven't gotten what you want, right?
Right.
True.
I think that, but I think that's changing though.
What do you mean?
I think that's changing, like in our society. I think y'all can say that, but I think just generally, especially with the young ones coming up, marriage ain't
Yeah.
really sought
I
after
don't
like
really
that.
I don't know, bro. I'm always going to stand on the fact that I think women in their natural state are monogamous beings. I just do.
Sure, in their
I don't
natural
give a fuck.
state,
No, we are.
but there's
In
an
our natural state.
No, but I think
entire-
there's an agenda against that though. I
There's
think
an
there's an
entire
They could be an
agenda.
generation
agenda, bro.
of
They could be an
kids.
agenda all they want.
What does
to.
monogamous have to do with being married?
I'm about to tell you because at the end of the day, they like the idea of one-to-one in that long-term
chosen.
commitment.
Right, and being
So what I'm
chosen
saying,
and-
so being chosen.
that's
so this
security.
I
idea that
agree.
even if you could be against the idea of the actual organizational impact of marriage or going to the court, but they're still not going to be saying, hey, I just don't want to be tied to anyone. I think women still have desires to be with
I
a
agree.
man, be
So-
secure, have
Right.
kids, all that kind of
Right.
stuff.
Hey,
They
man.
want someone to claim them.
So
Yeah.
men,
They
men-
want security too.
Exactly.
There's not
Right.
security out there in the field.
Ask your question.
So men marry who they want, and women marry who they can.
I don't necessarily believe that because I think I don't.
That's a.
I mean,
No,
I think women marry what we need
I like
and
those
want.
words.
Right.
It sounds.
I don't like
It
those words.
sounds
I think
strong.
that's what it
But
is.
I'm
But think
hearing
about
you.
it, because typically, right? All right.
Well, yeah, because we don't ask y'all.
Exactly.
You ask
What y'all
us. So
talking about?
basically,
And I think that's
even
still
if I'm
weird.
thinking, even
Women
if I was-
proposing. I don't understand.
We're not talking
Yeah,
about
no.
that.
don't
But
get
even
it.
if I was a woman and like
get it.
say there was a guy that I imagined myself with marrying,
Right.
da 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 da, and then this lesser guy is the one that actually asks me to marry
540,
him.
540 credit score.
I can see as a woman you going with that dude who actually asked you. Because in the very least you can see that he sees a value in you that the other one didn't.
But that's such a bullshit way to live.
Oh, tell me
How
about
are you
it.
gonna get married? So if somebody wants to marry you and you don't want to marry him, you gonna do it because she wants you to?
No.
Exactly. The fuck.
Right.
you
No,
talking
what?
about?
No, I'm talking about bullshit way. She just basically laid out an example of settling.
That is what they're doing.
yeah,
what are you
I'm
talking
saying
about?
that's-
Women,
I said
that's what women,
I'm
but
saying
that's what women
reality
do.
for
I
women.
think we all settle.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever get all your checklists.
I'm not rolling
Yeah.
with Chris on this.
You don't
Chris
get
said
your whole
something-
checklist.
No, because Chris said something a long time ago. It's the only thing I ever quoted Chris on. But when
Only
he,
damn,
no,
Chris.
I'm saying not in no shady way, man. Goddamn, this is a good quote.
Continue.
He said, "I don't believe he was about to get married the initial time." He was like, "Oh, I was like, oh, you settling down, bro?" He's like, "No, I don't see it as settling down. It's like this the woman I want to be with. I'm actually stepping up into that role."
You right?
And I was like, "Oh shit, bro, that's a bar."
That's
You know what I'm
men
saying? 'Cause
talk.
That's why I'm saying
he's
I-
getting a
I
check.
agree,
That's
but-
grown men
So
talk.
how we settling?
But both can be true. If I have a list in my mind and imagine
Everything is always both can be true.
they
Chris.
can though.
Right.
Because if I find if I have this list in my mind, right, and I don't get everything on that list, I'm settling.
But okay,
But
bro,
that's
I
just
don't- I
that's
don't
my
agree with
that's
that.
my
But can we
that's
agree with
my
that? That is true.
But
vision.
Chris,
I don't agree with
That's
that.
my vision.
But Chris, yes, you can have a list of 20 things, but let's
Right.
look at
Yeah,
peer
let's be realistic,
prioritization.
yeah.
We're
Right.
usually going
Yeah.
to focus on our major 4 or 5
Yeah,
things.
them first
And
5 is gonna be
those
checked
4 or 5
off.
can't have to be undeniable.
Yes.
Like you got to have that.
Yes.
Okay.
So how are you settling? Settling is saying like, I really would
Number
want her to be.
19.
Settling is like
She don't-
being greedy.
She doesn't suck my dick from
But
the
what
side.
happens?
Yeah,
okay.
like, what?
But no, I'm not. No, that's not gonna be a deal. But what happens? But let me just say this: what happens with unknown unknowns when a woman comes into your life and she presents certain things that you didn't know that you needed in your life? You know what I'm saying?
That's wonderful.
What happens when that
list can
happens?
change.
And that's what I was talking about when I said rise
But when
to
you
the
made your
occasion.
decision, those first 5, like to Willie's point, were so like boom, boom, boom.
But they
boom.
were. But sometimes that changes. We can't sit here and say that your
But you
list is
didn't
gonna
settle
look.
when you made a decision. Is my point.
No.
Oh, I see what he's saying. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's not settling if that changes later
But
in
I,
life.
no, but I'm okay.
Because you got what
When you
wanted
have a
initially.
list and you don't get everything on that list, I don't think everybody gets
But she
everything
shows
on
you
that
something
list.
different.
That wasn't on the list.
Is that what you're saying?
You might be missing one, but you showed me something else
Okay.
that I like that I could. But that with that list that I had, I
You don't make
compromised that
criteria.
list. So I settled.
Chris, but do I have a question though? But isn't there got to be some characteristics?
And
on that list?
It's like she doesn't have this,
and that's
but
what, and that's
she
what I'm
has
saying.
this.
It's okay to settle.
Okay.
I think that's the
It's all
problem.
about what you're
no,
settling
and I
for.
think that's exactly.
Things are either going to be an
Thank you.
asset or it's going to be a liability. So you got to figure out what you're settling for.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna say and put up with some shit that I had on my like negatives. No, I feel like that's real.
That's
like
settling. That's settling.
that's like we can name that
Accepting something that's
Okay,
unacceptable.
yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying-
That's
settling.
settling.
Okay,
What I'm
well,
saying.
thank you
Not,
then.
oh, I didn't get all 20 things.
Right.
When do I get
I-
all 20 things I want for
right.
Christmas? That's
Yeah.
settle for Christmas? Are you trick? I don't celebrate Christmas. I got you.
But y'all would call that settling though.
I wouldn't.
Oh, I wasn't, oh,
None
Chris,
of us said that.
Chris,
You
Chris,
saying that.
Chris, what I meant was like what I heard her say, and maybe I took it differently. Like what I heard
I'll tell you
Liddy
if you're
say.
right.
Right, Liddy made it seem like there was this guy that she was really into. The other guy was a guy she's not as into, but he wants to marry and the other guy doesn't, so she would choose that person. And I'm just saying is like usually the
That's
guy,
settling.
yeah, usually the guy that you're really into or the guy that really is your fucking guy that imprinted you. I would never want to be the other guy that you settled
Facts.
for because
Facts.
you're
Like
settling
Will
for me.
Smith.
You're right.
Facts.
I'm not.
Yeah.
But
That's a great example, actually.
But that, I can agree that a lot of attraction is circumstantial. That's what we have to come to terms with. Yo, who's here now, and what am I going through right now, and what do I
No.
need
No,
right
no,
now?
Okay, wait,
And I
let me
respect that.
clarify. The only reason that I said it that way is because you also have to take into account how heavy the weight of saying I'm a wife is.
Yeah.
And how much that means
Uh-oh.
to women. So I could chase after this nigga that I really want all the time. He can make me his girlfriend for 20 years.
Right.
Which I think is fucking ridiculous. Right?
Wow.
Ridiculous. 20 years?
painful.
Hell no. And you
But
don't know
Lydia-
that you want to be
That's
with
crazy.
me?
Yeah,
A
he
man
is
don't.
crazy.
A man don't make your
He
wife.
is with you.
Or you mean this guy? He might not be the shiniest, the bestest, whatever, but he's loyal to you and he wants to commit to you and whatever the fuck. And you get to walk around in your life saying, I'm a wife. Someone saw enough validation in me and what I bring to them that they wanted to claim me and give me their name. That weighs so much to a woman. So that is the only reason why I said that a woman might choose the lesser guy
that don't make him
versus
lesser.
the one that she really wants, because the one that she really wants ain't.
But that's what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying?
That's the shit that be fucking up, because that don't make him lesser then.
I'm
not
just
the
so
lesser
perplexed
guy.
because they do the lesser with the babies.
I think
words matter.
Words matter. Yeah, it's not him being a lesser man.
That's how she
I'm
really
saying
feels about it.
That's how she feels
She
about
just
it.
chose the man that decided to commit.
No, she chose the lesser
No,
nigga.
he chose her. She didn't choose
True,
shit.
but she chose him back.
Okay.
So she chose to then.
They
No,
will
just don't lesser
never
me,
ever
nigga.
let me get off that women get to make decisions
Yeah.
too. Because every time
You
I
didn't. The
say,
guy you wanted wasn't an option.
Every time I say
It wasn't
we
an
chose
option.
this or we chose this, they're gonna say, nah, we chose.
I'm saying
you.
the same thing to her.
Every time. Watch some past episodes.
no.
You're gonna
I'm
see what
saying the
talking
same to
about.
her.
Lydia, but you're
It ain't a you exclusive. You didn't choose.
Okay,
You're
so
contradicting.
hold on. We all been in relationships. We all are in relationships. Did we get the number one woman that we sought after?
I did.
I chose to be with you.
Y'all
You
better say that
you
with y'all
might have
husbands in
chosen me.
here with these rings on y'all fingers.
What about you,
Listen.
Chris?
I know.
Y'all better say yes.
What about you, Chris?
Y'all better
No,
say
you were
yes.
here. That nigga told us he had a dream about Crystal, nigga. Yeah, but that nigga said Crystal's friend was in his dream. Yeah, what the fuck?
That is so special.
Hey, they can.
Don't fuck
They
with this
can.
nigga.
They can do their thing, man. They can do that thing once I start shooting back.
Chris will fuck
If
up
I start
somebody's
shooting
whole
back.
house and then we'll bring it back to make sure.
No, I ain't rolling.
A man may have chosen the one
Y'all got it.
initially or whatever the fuck, but you best believe I have to choose you back because otherwise I'm not gonna.
Well, what about the guy that
I'm
you
not gonna
wanted to
respect
choose
you
that
and I'm
didn't
not
choose
gonna
you
choose
back?
Wait, Lydia, can I ask a question? Because
Sure.
I want to repeat what you just said.
I'm listening.
You said there's a guy that I wanted to be with. That's a choice, right? When you want something.
The amount- he might not
wait.
even really
Wait. I made a choice. I wanted this guy. He said no, so he chose back in the a negative and said, I don't want you. Therefore, there's another guy that says, I choose you by marrying. And then you say, okay, now that he's choosing something I want, I'll choose him back.
You know what?
How are you leading this dynamic?
You're not.
Ellie,
I didn't
Willie.
say.
You're by the
Willie.
timeline. If he doesn't want you right now, he sees you in his future, but he's like, okay, not right now, maybe eventually. But you have a man right in front of you that's like, I see the value in you right now.
How can you see the value in somebody you're saying the lesser man?
Yes.
Wait.
You wouldn't tell?
Wait, let me clarify on that.
Semantics on words.
I'm not.
Yes, we're not rolling.
She's not saying lesser man. She's saying in
She
the
wrote her journal.
Hey, reel it in.
like high level,
Reel it in.
like high level conversation over here. I understand
This
what
needs to be
she's
cleared up.
saying.
Bring it down.
Y'all, reel it in.
This needs to be cleared up, okay? When I say the lesser man, I'm probably, first of all, the greater of the men may not even exist. I'm literally just talking about how y'all said you got a checklist of 20 things and there's 5 at the top. Maybe the lesser guy has the first 8, right? And the imaginary guy, or even if he is real, he got 19 of the 20, but he don't want you.
Yeah.
But if that
He
guy,
doesn't see the value in you right now.
but if that guy,
Thank you.
but he's
But
not.
if the
not what she said,
lesser
Karen.
guy, and I'm using
That's
air
not what she
quotes,
said. Thank
if
you.
the lesser
No, we
guy
can't see
checks
it.
the
They
5
can't
most
see it.
important
Can I
and he wants you, go with that.
Wait.
Go ahead, Willie.
So I have a question. So you're saying that the guy that has 8 of the 19 is somebody you would actually still be with?
Now we're here going with the real numbers. What I'm saying is the top 5. If the top 5 are still met by the guy who doesn't have the majority of my list, but he sees the value in me, I can understand why a woman would choose that guy versus the guy that has the majority of the list but does not see your value.
So wait, I got a question. So just so we're on the same page,
Okay.
because this will bring it all back.
Sure.
So we're denoting that
Hopefully.
men only see value if they decide to marry you.
No.
I didn't say that.
That's what you said. See value in you, another guy saying
because
that.
you said
see
if somebody was with you for
enough
20 years and he
value
didn't
to
marry
commit
you,
to you.
you'd rather be with some. Thank you. You just said that. You just said if somebody was with you for 20 years, Willie said be faithful.
So I got a question. So
the
all
weight
of you,
of
if
being
we're
a
not
wife
if
is
you're not
important,
Right.
And
If
you
it's
are with me
important
for
being
a
a
certain
wife,
amount of time, and you
exactly.
know that I want to be married, why the fuck wouldn't you give me that?
So Lydia, so I got
He
a
might
question.
not wanna be married.
Then you don't value me.
Thank you.
You don't value me.
To make that
all the
decision
women in the
for
room,
me.
if you're not married, that means you've been with men who did not value you. So you have not been valued as of yet.
100%, because I'm not a wife
So
yet.
nobody out here is getting fucking valued.
I'm not a wife yet.
I mean,
I'm not a wife yet.
I've been proposed to.
If
I
we're
said
looking at the
no.
concept of being a wife as being that level of
I
value.
didn't look at that as that way.
If we're looking at it in the context as a wife
Hopefully
being
it's-
endpoint, end game,
I
and
don't think-
value,
I don't think
then
men-
yes, no man has given me that yet because I'm not a wife yet.
Right, but I- but
so
I-
no
I-
man has proven to me that they see me as valuable to be their
Thank
life
you.
partner.
To give me your
I don't-
name
100%.
because you said earlier in a different episode that your name is one of the most
Hey,
important
hey,
things
yo,
to a
But
woman.
from there, I can choose if I want to settle in that value. If he
She's
sees
right.
me like this, or do I
She's
need to move
right.
on to
So
the
can-
next
so can I ask
man
a question?
who's going to see that value?
Go ahead, Willie.
Go, Nate.
Go
ahead.
No, she's right because it's almost the same. Like how we say words matter and actions matter.
Yeah.
It's just like being a father versus just having a kid. It's different. Like I don't see you can't see value or have value in your children if you're not being a true parent to them.
So
Thank you from
you can just give child support.
Thank you from the married man.
No. 'Cause I'm gonna roll. I'm gonna accept what they say, and then let's go deeper. Then
Sure.
If we're gonna say that we're gonna denote value, that's saying that a man didn't see value in you because he didn't marry you. Then where is the problem directed to? Is the problem with the woman because nobody she has not shown up in a place where a man thinks she is valuable, or is the issue with the
That could happen.
I said that.
Willie,
I said that.
But Willie, you,
Either
okay,
one.
we've been in spaces where
Yeah, I
a
said
woman
that.
has been too much for us, right? Mm-hmm. That means we're establishing value. I think that caters to this argument.
Mm-hmm.
You could see, and I want to say that y'all aren't made wives by men. Y'all are wives already.
Already.
Yep,
So
exactly.
if we encater a
To
wife,
find a good wife is to find a good wife.
if we encounter a wife and we sit here saying, "Am I a husband? Am I
Right.
ready to be this? I see the value in you, but I don't think I am ready or worthy for that value. I
Bingo.
will let you go."
And that's
Bingo.
fine. You
That
might
man
be
values
the
that.
later guy.
And that is
But that man valued you. He
And that's
valued you.
respected.
that Chris actually went.
But the
exactly to
problem
point I
is
was
men
saying.
don't talk like that. So that's the issue that we
but
have.
I totally agree with
Like
Chris because I
men
didn't
don't
want
have that
I
kind of
don't- I hate this
conversation.
idea of a
But you know,
binary
no. But you know what's
outcome.
crazy? There are hundreds and thousands of men that talk like that. They just not in spaces that y'all are looking.
They might not.
They
talk
just
like
don't
that
look
to the
like. They
woman
just
it
don't look
applies
like.
to.
They just don't
They'll
look
talk
like.
that to their friends.
They just
They'll
don't
talk
look
that on the
like
pod.
that
They might not
list.
talk
They don't
that to
drive
the
that
woman it
car.
applies to.
They're not the club owner.
Chris, exactly.
They're the teachers. They're the construction workers. They're the regular people that y'all
Yes,
look
Chris.
over.
But you should still be able to say it to
That's
me.
a lesser man.
And that's
Actually-
Y'all let her get y'all off the whole
So it's
point.
not a lesser
if I wrote a list of
man.
things and I said, well, Lydia,
No.
he chose you, but he really
not
wanted
a
her,
lesser
but
man,
you're the
because I've
lesser,
had
but he
many
chose
different
you.
men
You would
with
feel
different
insulted.
demographics try to
You wouldn't be
come
okay
date
with
me.
that.
But
And
Chris,
it's-
I just think Chris hit the nail on the head though, because it's like this idea of valuation being created only based off a binary outcome. If I marry you, I value. If I don't, you're not valued. That's bullshit.
If you
And I
want to
think-
validate
There's a lot
a
of women
woman,
that
you
don't
marry
value. We
her.
didn't
No,
get
and I
married.
think one
If you
thing.
wanna validate
your
a woman, you marry
your
her.
list
Bullshit.
isn't. And I think
bullshit.
their
She's
list.
nodding.
Your
Are you nodding with me?
Your
The women
list-
are nodding. So don't tell us we're all lying.
your list that you come up with doesn't dictate a man's worth. Period. I don't care who
Sure.
you are.
100%.
Okay.
You have a vision. I
No,
think
I
it's
mean-
different for us because we grow into okay, I might want to be married. Y'all grow up like
It's your day.
with that vision.
And
You
Chris,
know what I'm saying?
But Chris, you said something that was super dope that I feel like was missed. You could be super dope, super valuable, and be so wifey material. And we look back and say we're not husband material yet.
Right.
And you know what's crazy?
That doesn't make you less valuable.
No, it doesn't.
It doesn't make the woman less valuable.
But you
But I
didn't
would say
see my
20
value for where you want to change yourself in your life to make that happen.
20 years is a long time.
So therefore,
though.
I'm still not valued.
I'm 35.
So, Elliot, go ahead. Elliot, go ahead. Mm-hmm. I got a question. We talking about how men show they value women. How do y'all value men? How do y'all show y'all value men? Because if our proposing to you, asking you to take my name is me valuing you, how do you value us?
That's the only value.
No.
That's what y'all saying.
I'm just going off what y'all said. How do y'all value? How do you show value? In
How do
men?
I pour into your mind?
I
I have an
How
answer.
do I pour into making you a better person? Forget superficial stuff, because I don't like to bring any of that in there. Forget the money, all that, whatever. Say we have a house, we all have great jobs. We'll just lay that foundation. The value is, how do I impact your life? How do I
Support you.
How do I support you? Exactly. How do I make you feel at ease with certain situations that are going on in your life? How do I take off problems for you, and the same vice versa?
How do I respect you?
Okay. So second question: do you feel like most women do that for their man?
I actually feel women actually really do generally do that for their man.
Good
Men just
women
don't
do.
see it. Men
Good
really,
women do.
women by nature, we want to be like that. But the only way that we can operate in that space is when a man creates that environment again that allows us to remove
feel
that.
safe.
I'm a bad bitch. I gotta have this. No, we don't want to be like that with our man. Like so, as long as a man provides that type of aura, that vibe, and that space, a woman naturally will do that for a man she truly, truly cares about and loves.
And y'all say that too. Y'all say the right man will make a woman fall in line. Y'all say that all the time.
Yeah.
I think y'all also show like this man is valuable by having his kid. Period.
And if you've never been married,
Look at all of our faces.
See,
They was judging me.
It's
They was
literally,
judging
it's
me 'cause I
literally
was
you
like,
taking that man's DNA and procreating
I don't
with
get
them.
to okay, wait.
the same way you're
okay.
sitting here talking about marriage, which is mad superficial, ain't got nothing to do with. If I fucked with you for 20 years and I'm faithful to you and I'm rocking with you and you my girl and I don't
guess
never,
what happens?
I don't even
Listen,
believe in that shit.
but
But I
sir,
believe in how you
me
you
getting-
came. No,
I gotta
because you
answer
had my
this
kid.
way.
Hold on, let
You
them
had my
talk, let
kid.
them talk, let them
to
talk.
me,
Okay.
So to me, Caitlyn, that shit stamped on everything.
So
that
then what
nigga,
happens-
we're tied like this.
But-
I can get married to you today and divorced in 30 days. That shit don't mean shit.
But what happens when you die and we've been together for 20 years?
I still got a kid with you.
But no. But
See,
I don't.
but
I'm
no,
not, but
that's
I'm not
my legacy.
liable.
I got a kid with
but,
you.
But
when I'm
I'm
gone,
not.
us
You know
being
what I
married
mean?
don't even fucking matter. But Sienna gonna be here.
But people who have been together for long periods of time, look at the records of what happens when they get married. They can't do shit. I can't help take care of nothing for you past your death.
Yeah.
I
if
do.
I'm your
Yeah.
partner,
Then write a will.
I
You,
can't.
you can write a will. You can do a million different things to get that shit done.
You're
That's not
absolutely
true.
correct. Things like
That's
that
not
can
true.
happen.
I just
Things
got
like
the
that
fucking
can
city of
happen.
Chesapeake got me and my girl's taxes together, and we not fucking married.
I
Just
do.
because we live together, own a house together, that shit is business.
There's-
it don't got nothing to do with how I really fuck with you at
Okay,
all.
but let
But if
me-
you have my kid, that means I fucked with you. I put my seed in you.
Let me tell
And that
you
shit is all
why.
up here.
That's a false because
Let
some
me
men
tell
are fathers.
You why it's not
That's
that
not even.
I'm
A
not gonna
child
say-
is not a value because I got a baby daddy
Listen.
that doesn't value his child.
Thank you,
So
thank you.
that's not value.
Okay, come
All right,
here.
let each other talk. Let each other talk.
Let me just explain from a woman's perspective why we make such a face when you say that giving y'all a baby is the most important thing. Because
We gotta take care of that baby.
Because
Hold on.
no. I'm gonna tell you from a biological perspective. When you nutted in me, my body went ahead and did what it's gonna do. I didn't say nobody don't have that baby. Cause I bet you I might have.
But Lydia-
if I could just tell my body, no, we're not getting
But-
pregnant this time. Not in a shmushmortion, but if I could just say, we're not doing that.
You could have made him
Then
wear a
it would
condom.
be a
You
lot
could be
less
on birth
babies
control.
out here.
But Lydia-
We
There's
didn't-
18
that
different
wasn't our
types of birth
choice.
But Lydia-
control.
But it's the women that decided to go ahead and have the baby because they don't like the idea of a shmushmortion or they don't believe in that or whatever. They let their body do what it does. But the body made the decision for me.
No.
I will say
You
that.
are
My
you didn't make
body-
the
Lydia.
decision
Hold
when you
on.
laid down with
I was
Now I'm
Lydia.
about to
Stop. Because you're skipping over your choice to lay down
Thank
with that man.
you.
You are the driver of said body. The body didn't walk you into the club and grab the nearest thing and take
I
them
didn't have
home.
my baby in the club.
All I'm saying is when
We're
you
not
lay
talking
down,
about you.
when you
I'm
lay
saying,
down
I'm just
with
saying.
when you lay down with a man, you low key are establishing a point of
You're
value.
making a
Well,
fucking
then, I
choice.
So
look
are
back
you.
at it as honestly for me,
Agreed.
it all boils back down to traditional values for me because I would not want
Traditional
my
values
child.
are you have the baby after you
I
get
don't want
married.
my child, and I feel like shit that I had my son before even having a husband.
Thank you.
I
Me
literally
too.
sit with that.
Well,
At
now that you-
37 years
somebody
old,
being honest
I
in here.
still
Thank
actually
you. We'll
sit
rock-
with the
we'll
fact
rock
that
with
I
that.
think that was the most
We'll rock
FF
with that.
position that
We'll
I
rock
did.
with that.
Thank
I
you.
should not have done that to my kid. I see
We'll
it every
rock
day
with
on his
that.
face of what I did to him.
I'll rock with that.
So
I agree with
I
that.
feel for
We'll roll with
women,
that.
it doesn't matter if I have you. It don't matter none of that kid stuff. What kind of like relationship, what ties this together that's going to solidify that besides my child? Because children grow up. They're going to leave the
But
house.
do you guys think about the
They're
men
gone.
that are coming into your lives now that are looking at you and saying, okay, you had a baby, something that we value obviously more than y'all. You had a baby with somebody who you saying didn't value that same way. So why should I? That's what the dude. Huh?
Why do you value women?
Why do I value my kid more?
How do you figure that men
I'm-
value women, value kids more than women?
I'm sitting here listening to y'all say a baby don't mean shit.
I
Lydia
know
told me
it's
that
not
a
that.
week
Doesn't
ago.
mean shit.
No.
You're not
No.
listening.
Okay.
Let
No.
me say it
The
again.
man that you had the kid with, you didn't make that decision. You didn't go through the same vetting process
Let
you're sitting here telling
me
me about.
say it
Because you
again.
didn't
Hey, Mike is talking. God damn, I don't want to pull.
Let
rank
each
all
other
the time,
talk.
man.
Let each other talk. Let each other talk. Good
And you
conversation.
don't got a mic. They asked you 3 times. Everybody always come in here and get asked if they want a
Willie,
mic,
you
and they
got-
always
Willie.
say no. Because last time you said no.
That was last time. That was this time.
Willie.
You're not understanding.
Control your guest.
No, I'm saying give her a mic if she.
Then
You
don't.
come slide over here.
Go ahead,
No,
Dean.
you go ahead, Chris. They don't want to hear me.
Listen,
No, I said what I need to
I
say.
wanna
Y'all
hear
are
this
having
point.
Go ahead,
Yeah, I
Dean.
All I'm
wanna hear
saying
your
is,
point.
at some point, a dude, especially the older you get, the more successful you get, he's gonna look at you and be like, "Well, he might not even want kids at that point. He might not want to get married, but that don't mean he don't value you because he don't want to marry you. That's not. They don't mean the same. Just like y'all sitting here saying, "Oh, if I have his kid, it didn't mean the same. It meant something. It means something to me."
The only thing.
And I feel like if you look at, go ahead, Chris. My fault.
No, I didn't. I
I'm
thought you was
right.
done.
No,
The only
go
thing I can say to your point to help them is the fact that if marriage is important to them and they are important to you, is by proxy.
It'll-
You just
yes.
go ahead and
It
give
can,
her.
can you do it for me?
The only-
that
the-
matters to a woman.
The only thing I would say is that men's idea or value of a kid varies greatly because some men do not care where they put their seed. They do not care about the idea of having a
And
kid.
that is
you're
tied-
you're different. So like for you, because you do value your seed, yes, that's going to elevate the person that has your seed. But there's niggas out here with 7, 8 baby mamas who don't give a fuck.
And there's a
Someone
deeper
did.
conversation.
Don't
But,
care
but
at all.
if you aren't baby mama number one, when the fuck did you decide? Yo, maybe this isn't what I should have did.
No, absolutely. But it goes back to the whole idea around
After you
accountability
already
and
had the baby.
no, it goes back to accountability and consequences. Like we said, I said women do have consequences. They just they didn't think about it at that time. But when they sit back with that kid, that now with this ain't shit guy, that they realize, oh man, he has showed me his cards
That's
with the
why I
other
said if
7
you're
big
not
mums.
the first,
Right,
Willie,
absolutely.
I-
you knew when you walked in. He had
Right.
four
I
baby
definitely-
mamas.
I am the first, and I am the first.
We're not
of the
talking
first.
about you.
But I'm
Ever
giving my,
on the show are we talking about
I'm
you?
giving my personal
Don't
experience.
because if we
But
start
Lydia-
talking about you, you're gonna be
but
mad.
No.
Yeah, he's right. But he's right though.
Watch the episodes. Don't
we-
talk about yourself.
Don't bring yourself into it because when we
Right.
start counteracting what you're saying, we're going to start talking about your life. And I will say to Willie's point, I do believe like a man that's not there for his kids, he does not care about himself.
Right.
Period.
Right.
He's already establishing his value in that moment.
Yep.
Fair.
But them niggas end up with 7 baby mamas.
Right. And
So
they
when is somebody
They do.
gonna say, "Hey, bro, maybe the dick ain't as good as you
and then
think"?
you know what's crazy? There are signs that this man doesn't care about himself, and it might tie back to the Porsche conversation we're having about what a man goes out and does with his life. Kind of shows how he values himself.
Yeah.
Period. You have to pay attention to that man and how he takes care of himself, and that'll give you a prediction or a good percentage of if he's gonna be there for you in that trying time of having a child with
To a
him.
degree.
To a degree.
And now there are
But
some times where y'all had a
everything's a risk.
baby, but the relationship didn't work out. So maybe this nigga severed ties with both of y'all, and that's some fuck shit if you ask me. I wouldn't be cool with no niggas like that. But that's
Facts.
who I walk around with. So if I'm that discerning with my friendships, why aren't women that discerning with who they laying down with? That's the thing I'd be
Feelings.
perplexed by.
Feelings.
It's like, hold up, bro. I wouldn't even be cool if this nigga didn't take care of his kids. He's a fuck nigga to me. We'd
So
never be
if
cool.
I can interject a little bit on that, just from my own personal experience, without going into too much detail, there's my son has 2 other siblings that are different mothers, same father, right? So in that defense, there are some people who are master manipulators, people who really keep people out of the dark. I was the first baby mama, but the 2 after me, I can guarantee you the one right now doesn't know nearly anything about why he doesn't see his other son. I'm sure whatever he told her is what's believable because I was once there. And I know what it was like literally listening to a narcissistic person make you really believe everything that they're saying because of course you're gonna trust that's your man.
And I'm gonna say
You wanna
this.
trust him.
I'm gonna say this, and I'm only saying this because y'all said a man establishes your value through marriage. I will say that tradition of marriage and holding your virginity into a marriage caters to you guys' point. Because if you waited till a man actually established your value before you take that risk with him,
Yeah.
the chances get drastically slimmer. I'm not trying to say a man wouldn't marry you and then
We're in
change
agreement.
up, but I'm saying that with that placeholder and that structure and that system in place, it does kind of cater to you guys. But that was a system that women looked at and was like, we're
Nah, we
walking
don't
away
do
from
that.
it.
Yep.
You're not wrong.
I thought you was gonna say but.
No.
It's
I'm
whatever floats
reasonable.
Okay.
Yeah,
Whatever
it's
you
a
want.
risk, bro.
It's whatever works
It's
for
a risk.
you.
Yeah,
You're
women
okay being
decided
with
we
someone
want to
for
have
20
sex
plus
more
years?
freely, and that comes with a load of consequences.
Facts.
And it's had an effect on the next generation, and it'll have an effect on the next generation. Da 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 da. da. And that's why we have a bunch of
And-
women in Gen Z that don't want to get married at all.
And I will put it on men too. Watch who you impregnate, bruh. Of
course.
Because there's a lot of women
Seriously.
that won't go anywhere. They'll still be around, but they can even be in the house. Are they cooking for your kid? Are they taking your kid to McDonald's every damn day? Are they there to pick them up from the bus? Are they teaching them while they're in the house? Are they really taking care of that child?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just because they are visible doesn't mean they're a good mom either.
That's a fact. Those are facts as well.
So I think it's on both sides, bro. Just because she got a fat ass don't mean she gonna be a good mom.
Right.
I don't even know how to correlate.
Wow.
And a lot of dudes,
That's
bro,
the reason
I'm
why
telling
he
you.
nutted in her, because her
They be
ass
like,
is
they'll
fat,
look
but now
down and
she's
they be
a
like, you know
mom.
what, fuck it.
Y'all got it.
Why is that?
That's how it
No,
right there.
Yeah.
I'm
Why
glad
do you
this-
guys have that
That's how it
mentality?
correlates.
But
I don't know what Chris is talking.
Deem,
No,
you
that's
need
how
to
it
stop.
correlates.
You gotta.
You
pull
haven't
out.
looked down at that chick and even had a thought, even battled with it.
About what?
He said
busting
whether or
at
not
her
she gonna be a
because-
good mom.
Is it just bad?
You never battled. You never
No.
tussled with that thought.
No.
Man, all right.
Hell no.
You RoboCop.
Nigga,
You won.
I've never. No. Hell no.
Chris got cream pie at the top of his porn list.
Hey,
Well,
Wow, Lydia.
I was gonna say. Nah, it's
I'm
more
just
like
saying, Chris,
it's more like
he
onion
battling
booty.
with it. He
It's
wanna
onion
do
booty.
that.
funny.
He want to give it up like that.
Oh my gosh.
What did he say?
Hey, that's my nigga.
Oh my gosh.
It's onion booty, bro.
Hey, that is funny as fuck. Hey, we gonna wrap this shit.
Onion booty 45, boy. Classic. Go look it up. Hey,
Keeping it
bad.
real goes wrong.
We're keeping it real.
Right.
I relate. I feel like
When lines connect.
Exactly.
when the lights.
Connect the dots.
bro. I know you about to close, but remember. I remember downloading music. Y'all was just downloading music on y'all Kazaa and LimeWire and shit. All right, I remember.
Yes, Chris.
You know how long it took to download
This is the
videos?
real toxic shit. When you download it, when you click download on that film, I just say film, and you had to go to sleep and wake up to that junk in the morning.
my
Oh, I'm gonna watch
gosh.
this later. You had to wait 2 days to get your shit off. Nah,
Chris fucking Featherson.
she was like,
No, Risk Featherson. That's ready to risk it.
I like it, Chris. Chris, the
Oh
whole
fucking up your mama's computer like shit, fucking up that gateway shit.
Oh my gosh.
Right. I don't know either.
If you have a young teenager,
Look, I've actually experienced that. I've done it
secure your
before.
network.
I gotta
Close
clean
it.
somebody's computer.
Close.
He brought it full circle.
Oh my god. Yeah.
Best
That
link
was funny.
strategies.
I'm sorry we got too serious.
Get off your butt.
I don't watch the porn. That's what
Exactly.
Listen to the podcast, episode 118. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit the bell. Go check out Best Link Strategies. I'm gonna make them. Y'all gonna have your own video too. So, Best Link Strategies. You're not doing shit. Get up. Change your life today.
Get off your butt and do it.
90,000 is waiting for you. 120,000 is waiting for you.
Yeah.
Hit these two up. Best Link Strategies today. Go and change your life.
Look, that was good.
And we out.